Yeah, I gotta do the Adobe thing. You gotta do the
You
Adobe thing, bud.
well, I know, that's what does everything.
Yeah. Without the Adobe thing, you're right fucked.
really helps us out. That
I'm gonna have
speak
no,
Video
let me
producer, that's what we're looking for. Creator dashboards, what I'm literally looking for.
what settings?
Stream manager, there we are. I found it. There we go.
I just need this to
Ah!
sometimes that works,
It's
but
because you moved it all around the room and now it has no idea where to focus.
alright, I'm gonna have to back out again and
That's what she said.
ah!
Do
Alright,
what you gotta do. I'll
I'll be
sit
RP.
here, continue watching my video on Letterkenny. Whoa! Or maybe I won't. Where is it? Ah, there it is.
But if
You guys can hear this, but you
somebody
can't see
pokes
it.
you, you're ready with a rebuttal, and your rebuttal is warranted because they started it. It's that simple playground logic. You know?
is it something you're keeping your eye on when you're writing dialogue, when you're shooting it, that hey, that's turning into bullying? Now.
Yes.
That's a little too much.
Yep.
Okay.
I write it with
Cool. Welcome back.
Yo. At least it's not as blurry as it was.
Yep. Now you're looking good now.
Alright, wow.
Not a sexual.
That's not very common, but every now and then. So
No, you're usually looking pretty good. You just sometimes you decide to rough it.
that's a lot of times, especially during COVID, but you know what I did today?
What's that?
I made sure that I wore my dress pants because, well, it is, July 4th, Independence Day. So for my specific dress pants, to go to work today, I wore my Captain America pajamas.
Nice. Look at that. Looking real
Yep.
patriotic.
Yep. Those were my work pants.
I often don't celebrate the 4th. I don't quite know why.
I like blowing stuff up, and that's about it.
I think that's the only reason why anybody actually celebrates, right? Is because we just, as Americans, we just love, blowing shit up and seeing pretty colors.
Well,
Technically, they're my pants.
Her
and technically
pants.
Morgan's right. Yeah, they're technically her pants. I just wear them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, you can see how this relationship goes.
Yeah.
We both wear the pants, but every now and then they belong to somebody else.
Sometimes you wear each other's pants.
Sometimes we wear each other's t-shirts.
Yep, I get that. I used to wear Lauren's pants back in the day. Like her sleeping pants because they were just
Or sleeping
comfier.
pants. Yeah. See, you wouldn't actually take those out and, you wouldn't wear, say, her capris in public, right?
Nah, yeah, never wear capris. But she had these sleeping pants that were like pirate pants. Like they stopped at the mid shin and they tied off. And I was like, oh, these are cool. I feel like a pirate when I wear these. So I'd throw them on to go outside and smoke cigarettes and be like, "Yar, matey, aha, I'm a captain now."
Well, there you go. See, but that gave you a sense of, there was a bit of a difference there.
Yeah, yeah.
They weren't your pants, but you still kind of felt a little bit in control.
Is there actually a holiday I like? Good question.
Who asked that? Because
Pika
I'm not
asked
I'm not
that.
looking at the stream right now. Because if I do, I think I'm gonna end up accidentally messing up my
Yeah,
internet.
You're good. You're good. Pika asked that.
Ah, hello.
Is there a holiday I actually like? I mean, yeah, I'm not a big advocate of celebrating holidays, but that's just because traditions. She says hi back, by the way. Traditions in my family were really wonky. So, Christmas was more stressful than it was fun. Halloween was always fun until, you become like an adult and you realize it's dying. But now I like Halloween a lot more again. Just because we do the annual haunted house runs now that you never join us for.
No, but I'm not a big fan of any of that. Like, I'm dead serious. I'm not a big fan of being in haunted houses, that kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's not my forte. I'm sure if I actually went and did it, it wouldn't be near as bad as what I'm portraying it in my head. But I just don't care. I could care less about it. It's kind of like, back in the day, how Daniel has gone skydiving. He's like, dude, it's the greatest thing ever. I used to want to go skydiving. That
Yeah.
was one of the things that I really wanted to do in my life. And then I turned like 25
Mm-hmm.
and then decided I don't want to go skydiving.
I mean, I
Why
get
would
that.
I want to do that?
Yeah.
And it could have also been watching, King of the Hill whenever Peggy falls out of the sky and then just slams to the ground. But that's beside the point. No, I'm joking there. I mean, that actually happens in the show, but no, I just don't feel like that
Risking
doesn't
it.
really apport, that doesn't
Mm.
excite me anymore.
Yeah.
And just like going to and like wanting to go to a haunted house, that's just not something I want to do anymore. Whether it's not about being scared. It's just I don't want to.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I do it. I used to hate them, but now I do it for the adrenaline rush because just the idea of getting scared like that now, like I don't get to feel that feeling very often in life anymore. So it's kind of nice when you come out of it and you're like, whoa, man, I feel alive. Like this is like a drug. Yeah. But then at the same time,
Oh, you adrenaline junkie.
well, no, that's the thing. I'm not like because I don't
I know.
speed. I don't ride motorcycles. I don't skydive. But I just something about like getting scared like that now I enjoy. But at the same time, if you get a lot of bad ones, it's just fun because you walk through it and just make fun of the whole thing. Like, and it sucks because it's like an asshole move, right? Like we did one last year where we just made jokes through the whole thing because of how like it got me and Daniel both once or twice,
Mhm.
but like John's like fucking Mr. Stoic and those things, and he's just like, ha, hey man, and he just starts talking to people like they're his friends, tries to buddy up with people, and I get it because we, but it's like by the time it's over, you're like, oh man, I feel bad. These people are like out here trying to scare us, and we're being just dickheads about it.
Well, but it depends on what kind of, I guess. I mean, again, I've never been to one of these things, so I really don't know. But what kind of a haunted house are you really trying to portray?
Yeah,
Now, it would be a dickhead move for y'all to be making fun of it if they're actually trying to scare you and it's not working.
yeah, but
But if they're just trying to make a fun, like, hey, make fun of us kind of a, haunted house, then it's perfect.
I don't think I've ever gone to a haunted house where they're purposely like make fun of us, but there's just some that just they do things really poorly and haphazardly, and you're like, oh,
Mhm.
that wasn't scary, thank you. But
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
maybe it just wasn't the most well thought out thing. But again, I'm literally nobody who should be able to talk about this because I've never been to one. I'm just making up shit the way that I think of it
I
and
got
the
you.
way I've heard other people say it.
Yeah, no, I got you. But yeah, other holidays, like Christmas doesn't bother me. It's just I've become a big advocate of it's not about giving and receiving. It's more about the having a good time with the people you love.
Yep.
But that's hard when the people you love all of a sudden are trying to like get you to be around for 5 days in a row, and you're like, no, it's 2 days, guys, 2 days max, and then I'm gonna go and then
My
go ahead.
my whole thing about a lot of these holidays is like, oh, we need to spend multiple days together. It's like, well, why can't we just and everybody wants to, be like, oh, let's communicate and catch up. It's like, in my opinion, why haven't we been doing this all
Yeah,
year?
exactly. Yeah, why do we have to
Like this
phony
this
it
should not be
in?
a special, like, oh, this specific day or this specific week thing.
Hmm.
This is whenever we're supposed to do all the catching up, and then we live our lives outside of all that. It's like, no, we should
Yeah,
just be communicating, like, on a not necessarily a day-to-day basis, but hey, just check up on each other every now and then.
yep.
And that's it. Like there doesn't need to be a special fucking holiday for it. That like, and even some people like really doing birthdays and everything. Like I could
Oh yeah.
care less
I
about birthdays.
think it's a
I
guy
mean,
thing.
whatever. Yeah, well, no, it's a kid thing, in my opinion. Like as a child, like birthdays are the coolest thing ever because
Well, yeah,
everybody, all your best friends come over. You get to have a sleepover. You get presents. You get all these new toys that you normally wouldn't get. All this other stuff. And then as you get older, you start realizing this is bullshit.
yeah. It's very
Like, who
unfair.
cares? Yeah. And so I quit caring.
Mhm.
Like I honestly, the last birthday I can think of that I cared about was the one that Morgan threw for me whenever
Yeah,
I turned 25.
that was a good
That
one.
one was badass. Like that was one. Actually, that is probably my favorite birthday.
Yeah.
Not only was it just because I turned 25, but because it was a surprise party. Everybody showed up. She found people that I wouldn't have even invited, or not necessarily wouldn't have invited to my party, but I wouldn't have expected to show up to my party if I had thrown one for myself.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, she knows my affinity for pickles, and then she had a giant ass bowl of pickles like as the centerpiece on the fucking table. Like that was awesome.
Yeah,
And then we had karaoke and beer pong. Like what more would you want?
yeah, we had a good night that night. That was
I had a
we
blast.
had those little finger light things that we were all just fucking around with and like
Oh,
shooting each other in the face with.
I forgot about those.
Laid around the house for like 3 weeks or so, or 3 months afterwards. We'd find one still and be like, oh, yeah, this one's broken. Yeah, your first surprise party is always really cool. I remember my first one got ruined because,
Oh,
well, so
How
it
did
was
you ruin it?
really, so I went out to dinner with my mom and my grandma, and everybody was like, "Oh, we're busy. Oh, sorry, man, we forgot. We're just busy now. We can't do anything." And I was like, "Oh," so I was about to leave, and my mom's like, well, "What are you gonna do?" And I was like, "I don't know. Everybody's busy." I was like, I might just go sit at a bar and have a drink. And she's like, "I think you should just go home." I was like, "What? Why?" I was like, "No, there's nothing to do there. I'll just be sitting there alone." And she's like, "You should go home." I was like, "Well, why would I go home? It's like I want to go out and do something." She's like, just go home. It might be a better night than you think." And I was like, "Hmm, okay." And so when I pulled up to my house, I noticed like all of the lights were off, and I was like, "That's
At
weird."
your own house.
Yeah, my own house. Like, and granted, I'm not one of those people that leaves a lot of lights on when I leave, but I leave the porch light on, and the porch light was off. And I was like, "Okay, well, this is weird." And then I thought about it and went, "Oh, that's why mom wanted me to come home. I bet there's, I know something's going on in there." And then as my headlights hit the front window, you could see through the curtains like shadows and stuff of people, and I was like, "Ah." So I went around the back of the house and came through the back door just to fuck with everybody. Because everybody saw me pull up, so they all hid, and they were like all
Right.
waiting. And I
They
just
know
came
that
through
you're
the
there.
back door, and they were like, and I was like, "Okay, what's going on, everybody?" And they were like, "Oh, fuck." But they got me the next year. The next year, I went to dinner with.
They tried to do it 2 years in a row.
Well, it's because the first one I got ruined. They did it the
Oh,
next year.
but
And they
that's
got me.
daring to try to do it the next year as well, because
I
you should
know.
be expecting it.
See, that one got played out well because instead of Lauren being there to set it up, she had Josh and Miranda set everything up, and she went out to dinner with me and my mom that year, and she didn't tell my mom about it. So, we were out, we were having dinner, and we were heading home. I was like, "Hey, let's go meet up with so and so and have some drinks." And she's like, "Yeah, okay, but let me go by the house real fast. I need to pick something up." She's like, I want to give you your gift, and I forgot to grab this earlier too. And I was like, "Hey, okay." So we pulled up. We opened the door and it was just like boom, and I was like, "Oh, you motherfucker, you got me this year." And so,
Well, at
so
least they got. The funny thing is, you caught it the first time and didn't catch it the second time. Like normally it would be the other way around. You get
yeah,
so
it
that's cool.
yeah,
The thing with mine was Daniel straight up told me he came over in
yeah.
his work shirt and was like, "Hey, so we're running late. I need to pick you up, and I'm gonna run to the house real quick so I can change my shirt. And then we're gonna go out to this." I can't even remember the name of the fake band that he told me, but
Yeah.
it sounded so legit.
It was
Like
for Zaboys prep too. He was like, "We got to go see this band because I want to play them on the show, but I want to make sure they're good and I want to interview them." And you were like, "Yeah, okay."
that's right. It was the boys prep, and
Mhm.
I bought it hook, line, and sinker, like straight up. Like if I was a fucking fish, I would have been like the catch of the day because I straight up bought it. Even as we parked at Epps' house or
Yeah.
over at the Thunderdome, I asked him, "You just want me to wait here, or do you want me to come inside?" He's like,
He's like,
"Come inside real quick. It won't take long."
it's like, "I'm not John. This won't take 45 minutes."
Yeah, and it was, and then I walked in, and that's when it all happened. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's awesome."
Yeah, it was a fun one. Man, that was Thunderdome days. Those were
Long time ago. I mean, let's see. I'm 31. I just turned 31. Then that was 6 years ago.
so, yeah. I was saying because I've been hanging out with you guys nearly 7 years now. Like time
7 or 8.
flies.
Yeah.
It's been so. I've been single for 7, almost 8. I started hanging out with you guys right when I became single, like 3 months into being single. So yeah, it was like it's been like 7 years almost.
Yeah.
But
That's so cool.
yeah, it's crazy to think like like I remember in high school, like I had the same friends for years upon years upon years. And now those friends I feel like are starting to go their own directions. I've got
Mhm.
families and they're building their lives and they're focusing on their work, and that's great and good for them. I'm happy about that. But they don't there's not much effort there to keep things communicating, and to keep friendships alive there.
Yeah.
So it's weird to see like people who I've been friends with like 10 to 15 years, all of a sudden it's kind of like, are we friends? And then here it is, I've got this other friend group now that's like starting to catch up to them. It's like, oh, so like the people I hold closest, like people I would put in my wedding now, are people who I met 7 years ago. Whereas people who I've known since like high school are now kind of hitting this back burner spot. And I'm like, oh wow, it's weird how the dynamics change and friendships change, and you grow as a
Mm.
person.
Well, I'm at my wedding. I mean, realistically, the only people that I really had in my wedding that I had known longer than my main friend group right now is going to be my brother and my
Mhm.
friend Ryan Silva,
Yep.
and that's pretty much it. Like, yeah, because Ryan grew up next to me. Well, like we used to walk to junior high together. Like, and I would go over to his house, and I'm sure I irritated his mom and his grandparents a whole lot more often than I should have,
Yep.
because on the weekends I'd be the guy that I would walk by, because they had a room in there. Like, they built the garage into like a, a bedroom
Yeah.
for Ryan and his brother Tori. And then, so as I would go over there, be like, oh, I guess I'm not sure what they're doing today. So I'd knock on the one window, I'd walk the 4 or 5 feet over to the next one, knock on the other one, and then I'd go knock and ring on the doorbell.
Oh
So
god.
I was the irritating kid in
Yeah.
in the neighborhood, but he was also one of the guys that I first met whenever we really got there. And so we just grew up together, and it was a good time. I also ended up being a groomsman at his wedding as well,
Hell yeah.
and so we've got a good friendship. But it was just kind of fun growing up and doing all that. But I was definitely that guy.
There was you talking about knocking on windows. It reminded me there was this girl that lived across the street from me, probably in my senior year of high school, and she would my window was like the first one on the front of the house, and she would always come over and knock on my window late at night or early in the morning, whenever she needed something. All right. Like
Mhm.
she's like, oh, my parents are fighting. Like, you just want to hang out? And I'd be like, oh yeah, sure. She's like, oh hey, me and my friend stole some alcohol. Do you want to drink? And I'd be like, yeah, sure. It was like that. It was a very Dawson's Creek kind of moment, where you're like, oh yeah, you have a crush on this girl. You figure, at some point y'all are gonna get together.
Like
She
the
would,
OC and all that too.
yeah, there'd be nights where she'd come through the window and sleep in my bed, but it was weird because like, unlike TV, that shit doesn't actually happen that way. You find out she's just using you because you're the guy at the car that can give her a ride to school every now and then whenever she bails on somebody else, or
Well, I've been there and done that. But you're either that, or you're the guy that knows the guy that she wants to be with.
pretty much, yeah, I knew that as well. Like she was one of those girls that started dating like every other guy that I knew, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, what the heck, like, but girl next door fantasy, it never. I won't say it never happens, but it's unlikely. It's a facade that was built by movies and television to like
Yeah.
fuck with
Well,
other
and then
guy heads.
it's not even just by film and TV and everything. Naturally, I think if you just grow up next to a girl who's really pretty, you just
Hmm.
think, I can get her
Yeah,
because I have the advantage over all of this,
especially
over
if
anybody else.
yeah,
But then
especially
what you don't realize is that you really don't
no, you have
don't
there's
have the advantage.
yeah, yeah.
If anything, you're at a disadvantage because she already sees you every day. She wants to see these other people that she doesn't see every day.
Hmm. There was a girl that lived a few blocks down that I was close with, and we always had this like weird bad timing thing where like I'd like her, but she'd be dating someone, and then she'd like me, but I'd be dating somebody. And then we'd both, if we were both single, like neither one of us could just commit and give it a try for some reason. And I was always like, one day it'll happen. It might just happen. And then recently she got engaged. And I was like, well, good for you. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah, odds are not looking really good.
No.
You're sitting right there. You may have had pocket aces, but she now has trip kings.
Yeah.
So you're kind of screwed unless another ace comes out and then she breaks up with the dude. You're boned.
Oh, it's not. I'm not worried about it. If it were meant to happen, it would have happened a long time ago. Like that was one of those realizations I had one night when I was thinking about it. I was like, it never happened because it wasn't supposed to. Like we knew each other, but something just wasn't right in that recipe. Like.
And it's not like you didn't try, or it's not that you did the right or wrong thing. It's just it just never happened.
Yeah, exactly. Like so, we had all the ingredients. We had the pot to put them all in, but we just for some reason we were just like, I don't want to make this dish. We were like, whatever. I've known you so long, and this is cool.
Another dish was made.
Yeah.
It made more sense to do it this way rather than the other way.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's kind of like whenever you decide, should I make tacos or should I make lettuce wraps?
Yeah, pretty much. It's virtually it's kind of like this is the same thing, but it's not at the same time. So
yeah, you still have the taco shells, but you also have the lettuce to make lettuce wraps. You could put all the exact same ingredients in both of those. However, y'all chose the lettuce wraps over the taco shells.
Oh yeah.
And tacos are always better than lettuce wraps.
It's just one of those things that you look at somebody and how their life is sometimes, and you think like, I don't want to fold myself into that. Like,
well, that's you making a decision for yourself.
Oh, 100% was. And don't get me wrong, even when the times came where I was like, okay, I would be okay with doing this. I could be a part of this. Then it was like, well, but do I? I don't know.
Do I really want to put in the effort?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's really the thing that for me all the time that it comes down to is like, is it worth this effort? Like recently I've come to realize like I'm pretty okay with being alone, because if I'm not around people that I really want to be around, I'm miserable. So why put myself in that situation just to test the waters on something, like.
Well, can I ask you an awkward question here?
Yeah, always.
Do you consider yourself high maintenance?
That's an interesting question. I've sometimes I do, and then other times I'll reevaluate and say, no, I'm not. So I would say that like if you were put on a spectrum of 1 to 100, so like let's say that's 1.
It's a wide spectrum, but okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like like not picky at all, right, or not high maintenance at all, to 100% high maintenance. I would say I fall probably like at the 55-60% range.
Okay, so a little bit more towards the high maintenance, but not like unbearable.
Yeah. Like I tell people this all the time. If you were to ask me what my dream girl is, or like I would give you this long list that's never going to happen, and I know that because that's the thing. It's a dream.
It's unrealistic.
Yeah, but if you were to say like, hey, what are you looking for in somebody? Like, what do you want to find in somebody? That list is so much shorter and easier to explain that it would say like, oh, you're not high maintenance at all. And so that's where the two, like, to me, kind of weird me out, right? Like, but
that's also probably where you sit there and think and put yourself around the 55-60, like somewhere right in the middle, because you can do both. You're capable of doing both.
Yeah, I mean, internally, I have it like okay, so I've been we were talking about Beauty and the Beast the other day, right?
Yeah,
and I was talking about all the weird shit in that movie, and then
all the fucked up shit that was given to all these little girls in 1991, whenever that movie came out or whatever.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like and just the fact that it focuses nothing on the actual, like the deep down things that it hides, like. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, I was like, I really have like I was like, I have a type of like a type, right? Like when I picture like what I find the most attractive. I'm like, oh yeah, brown hair, cute eyes, smart, witty, and I'm like, where the fuck did I get this from? And I was watching Beauty and the Beast, and I went, oh,
You got it from Belle.
yeah. I grew up because that was my first Disney crush was Belle, and I was like, oh shit, this movie fucked me over, man. Like,
And normally, and yeah, don't take this the wrong way, anybody who's listening, but normally Disney films mess up girls more than it does guys. Because if you're a guy and you like Disney films, there's a whole different.
it depends on how you were raised.
Not anymore, but I know for a fact that I got made fun of for liking Disney films whenever I was younger.
Well,
Like if
because as guys, we've got fragile masculinity ego things where if a guy likes a movie that has bright colors and is about princesses and singing and dancing, instantly that guy's obviously gay. When if you're under the age of 20, right? Like, oh, that guy's a homo.
I was like
It's
in the
not
fifth
true.
grade. I was like in the 5th grade, and I would be like, dude, I love this movie. And then they'd be like, why? You're
Exactly.
fat.
Well, exactly. Because it's fifth grade. Like that's when we were first told and being trained and brainwashed as little boys to like think a certain way, right?
You know, I never figured that out. But I mean,
Well,
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I just know what happened to me.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you look back on it now, like if you didn't fall into the status quo of what boys did, i.e., play sports, talk about girls, and in our age, like when we were in fifth grade, it was collect Pokemon cards because that was just recently off the that's gay list. Like I remember fourth grade, if you collected Pokemon cards, that was the gayest shit you could do, and all the kids made
When
fun
you were
of
in
you.
4th grade?
Uh-huh.
Oh no, that was the thing to do whenever I was in 4th grade. Like if you weren't playing Pokemon, you were stupid.
See, that's the thing. Like halfway through fourth grade, it transitioned and it became like cool. All of a sudden, everyone was like,
Let's
"Oh,
wait.
Pokemon's
So,
cool."
but you were born in 88, 87?
88.
88? Yeah, I was born in 90. So you've got 2 years on me. So let's see. Whenever I was in the 4th grade, you probably were going into 6th.
Yeah. So in sixth grade, yeah, Pokemon was super cool still. People still were like, "Oh yeah, Pokemon's great." And then seventh is when we started pulling away and started going into Yu-Gi-Oh. It was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh's the new thing."
and that was whenever I was going into 5th grade. That was the thing to do. Like,
Yeah.
fuck Pokemon, go into Yu-Gi-Oh. However, that was also still kind of for the nerds.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah. The nerdy
I
guys.
was one of those. I was a nerd.
Same here. Like I would go to school in the morning because I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I was probably one of the first people in my school. Like me and my buddy both watched the show, found out they made a card game, went to the card shop. I got the Yu-Gi deck. He got the Kaiba deck
Cyberdeck. Yeah.
because he loved dragons and I loved dark mystical shit and was just like, fuck yeah, dark magician. And we sat down and learned to play that game wrong at first.
Well, you probably played it like they did in the TV show,
Yeah.
which is completely against the rules
Yep.
of the actual
That's
game.
exactly what we did. We played it based off the TV show, and we kept buying cards. And finally, we finally one day met people who knew how the game actually played based off the rule book. There was like a 30-year-old guy at the mall, and we found out in the Irving Mall like all these people
Wizards of the
together.
Coast.
Huh?
Did you ever go to Wizards of the Coast?
No, like
That was a store at the mall. Okay, never mind. Continue with what
I
you're.
didn't know there was a store for it. No, this was like so in the Irving Mall. These people would all gather and play Yu-Gi-Oh in the food court, and we found out about it.
Oh, it's at the food court. Okay.
So we started going all the time, and this guy Jared sat us down and explained to us how to play the game. And he like said at that point he was 28, we were 14,
So barely younger than us.
Yeah, and so the thing about that though, he's 28, we're 14. There's 8-year-olds there. There's 10-year-olds there. There's 40-year-olds there. There's everyone, and we're just playing. And he teaches us Yu-Gi-Oh. So then when we go back to school, I walked in like I never told anyone at school that me and Rob played this game. But one morning, all these kids were in the cafeteria playing, and they were playing it wrong. And I sat there and was watching them all, and I was like, man, you guys suck at this. And they're like, fuck you. What are you talking about, man? We're great. And I was like, no, none of you know how to play. And so I'd had to teach 5 different guys how to play this game, how to build their decks, because I'd become that guy at the school. Like I became the Yugi of the school, like where I had nobody could beat me. I had the
Well, you were
best
smarter
cards.
than all the rest of them. You knew the rules.
Exactly. And then as I taught them, they still couldn't quite figure out like the components of building a deck. But this was early game where pretty much a deck consisted of have the strongest monster and you win, you know. It was like
40 to 60 cards.
Yeah.
At the absolute most. And they still had, I think even at the very beginning of it, they still had like you could you had to do the sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
Like you couldn't just summon your blue eyes white dragon just because it was in your hand, like in the show.
Yeah, and that was the secret right there. Was, you know, as everybody always wanted to get the blue eyes out of their dark magician out. It was a 2 sacrifice card, and it was like.
But they didn't want to play it that way because it was too difficult. Oh, I have to sacrifice 2 monsters to get this out. The fuck?
And once you explained it to them, and they started learning it, they were like, "Oh, well, that's weird, but okay." And like they all started playing right. But their focus was always still, let me get my blue eyes out. So they'd throw out all these weak ass monsters in attack mode to try to get them out. And at that point, it was like, oh, you guys don't know about like this card who doesn't take a tribute and has a start like the highest attack points he can at this point. And so
or
you
defense.
And you just mop the floor with them without ever having to bring anything big out because they didn't know what to do. You know, they couldn't get their big thing out. And so you'd be like, oh yeah, sorry, I just beat you. And they'd be like, fuck, that's not cool, man. And then the game got complex and weird down the road. And man,
there was a point where I gave up on playing the game because I mean, I liked it the way that it started off traditionally, but once they got into like the XYZ, like, or not, not just it's not the tributes, but the rituals. The rituals I was okay with. Yeah, synchro is where I lost all interest in that. Like the synchro monsters just blew me away. I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Like that's dumb.
Yeah, it got out of hand at a certain point. That's when I pulled back too.
Yeah, I quit playing the game at that point, and then I even had an Obelisk the Tormentor card, like a legit real one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't fucking care about playing this game anymore. Positive C, what's up, brother?
Hello, how are you?
Doing good. You're a little quiet over there.
Okay, I can probably change that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You finally finished up Loki, didn't you?
No hiss. What'd you say?
You finally finished up Loki, didn't you?
Yeah, I finished that up, and then my for some reason Squadcast will not open on Firefox right now.
Huh. So you had to download Chrome?
Yeah. So I had to switch to.
Oh, there's the hiss.
There's the hiss.
Let's see. How am I now?
You're a little bit louder now. Keep talking.
Test 1 2 3. I'm actually probably going to be a little closer like that. I'm usually never that far away.
Probably could turn it up a little bit more. Thorny also has to take care of his side too, but
it's all good. You guys are coming in.
Testes,
pretty
testes,
good.
1 2 3.
Testes, 1 2 3. Say that again.
Testes, Twitterverse, 1 2 3.
Be excited.
I'm very excited because Loki was really freaking crazy. That was a great ending to a
tiny bit more up, and then you're gonna be good. Oh, yeah, but yeah, I told you had to watch the end of 4 because otherwise there's spoilers.
4.
Give me a second. I'm gonna grab a refill, guys. Ooh, and a stinky too. Give me a real big second.
Morgan, can you grab me one more of these?
Okay, yeah.
Or just something? Yeah, that's gonna work right there, Chris. I was just making sure that it was coming in at the same level as me and Thorny.
Coming in hot. Gotta be coming in hot.
Yep, you're right there.
I don't know what's up with Firefox. Firefox was was usually what I've been using the whole entire time. So I don't know. Maybe Squadcast had an update or something where now it doesn't relay to Firefox. So who knows?
What are you using right now? Edge,
Chrome.
Chrome. Well, see, that's what
Chrome.
Thorny and I are using is Chrome.
Mm.
So
yeah, but I've been using Firefox the entire time. Yeah, like all the time. And so I don't know what it's here and there. Hopefully it doesn't crash because sometimes apparently Chrome crashes with her computer. So
well, you also have a really bad internet connection. Like it hadn't hit green yet since you jumped on.
All right, I'm back.
sucks. Usually it's very good.
Very good.
I wonder what happened. I wonder why.
Are you on your? Because you said you have 2 different internet connections over there.
Yeah, I have my little box thingy too. That's what I've been using. Hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna restart it. I'll reset it and come back in just to make sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
because right now you're
Yeah,
in
like it's all red. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll restart it.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Even flow. What's up, Nadia? But yeah, longer story short, you know, when we were kids, we didn't have gender acceptance like we do now, right? So
Yeah.
basically, boys got made fun of, and we used the word faggot and gay and homo and stuff like that way too much. Because I remember,
we definitely use those way too much.
Yeah, I remember
Back then we
tormenting a kid through all of 3rd grade and just calling him, you know, we called him gay and fag. Like every guy on the playground called him that.
And he was like, he's not even why are you just calling this kid this guy? You know, why are you calling him that? Like
he
it
was
has
super smart and nerdy, and so we just all found a way to make fun of him. And
a
what's
whole
really
lot of insecurity right there.
well, exactly, that's exactly what it was. We were also insecure because he was smarter than all of us, and we didn't accept him. So we were like, let's make fun of this kid, and we'll just call him any word we can think of. And we all learned that word.
Well, also at the same time, now, no offense to that kid, but he also didn't know how to come in and be a part of the group either.
Exactly. Yeah, he was very socially awkward. He was the kid that would cry really easily. He was the kid that would throw little fits real easily. He was odd, but
yeah, which is why nobody really wanted to accept him.
Exactly. But it's sad because
it's not his fault necessarily. I mean, it kind of, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain that. Like that's a weird human trait. Like not him being that way, but just the way people treat other people who act that way.
He came from a real weird family life. Just everything was odd, right? And so just all through elementary school, this kid got made fun of, and it's weird because I reconnected with him through Facebook, like after we graduated high school, because he went to a different school, he moved and everything, and I found him on Facebook one day and was like, oh man, I haven't talked to this guy in forever, and I felt really bad about the fact that we just tormented him, and so I actually messaged him, was like, hey man, I haven't talked to you since 5th grade, and I don't know if you even remember me, but I wanted to apologize because all through 5th grade and 3rd grade, I mean, we all treated you like shit and made fun of you, and we would relentlessly call you gay constantly, and it just wasn't right, man. Like we shouldn't have done that, and I just basically, I felt guilty, and so I was trying to clear my conscience.
Right.
And he came back, and he's like, hey, no worries, we were kids, I get it. And basically he accepted the apology, and he's like, how have you been? And he's like, oh, FYI, I actually am gay. And I was like, wait, what? So all of a sudden, like, my mind was then like, wait, did we cause that? And it's like, no, we didn't. But in a moment of ignorance, you're like, oh fuck.
No, y'all didn't cause it. He just happened to be that way, but y'all also probably made it a lot more difficult for him to come out.
Yeah.
Because y'all were constantly making fun of him for it.
Well, and even then, I mean, we're talking, this was the 90s. So coming out really wasn't a big thing. Like,
Right.
you know,
Yeah, you were still kind of shunned if you
mhm.
did that.
Yeah. I'm not even
It's not
sure
the
if
same
he
modern day
knew.
thing that we have now.
Yeah. So I'm not even sure if he knew back then, but I don't know.
Well, if he did, he never told anybody, or if he did, y'all never knew about it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just one of those things, though. Like, as kids, that's how we were as boys. We were trained to be little heathens and shitheads, and
Little asshole.
yeah, be masculine, be angry, and men don't show emotions, and it's like, that's probably one of the most damaging things our parents ever did to any of us.
Yeah, my parents never did that to me, but I took a whole lot of like the things that I learned. I basically ignored my parents.
Yeah.
I mostly paid attention to what the rest of my crowd was doing, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how I learned a lot. Now, I mean, a lot of that was also with the church too, but I did not use a whole lot of what my parents would tell me. I learned from watching other people.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't learn a whole lot from my parents. I mean, they taught me a lot, but they also did. I don't really know how to explain it because I'm coming from a different perspective. Like, as my dad's a preacher. Watching the guy that's at the top of a specific society, or a specific group of people,
Mm-hmm.
you don't always, especially if you're the son of that, you don't always want to pay attention
Yeah.
because it's like, well, okay, you're just my dad versus a lot of other people who are like, oh, you're our leader.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Other people see him as a community leader, and you're just like, no, you're
right.
dad.
But I don't but as a kid, I didn't understand it. I do understand that now. I get
Yeah.
it. Like by listening to him and what he says and actually paying attention to the words that he says and the stories that he tells and how he explains this is why we should be this way.
Mm-hmm.
It is different now as an adult versus listening as a child, especially as the child of that person.
Yeah. Well, I
And
get
so
that.
that's something that I've had to, learn how to do.
Yeah, I get that a lot actually. That's probably very tough.
Well, it was just different because in the way the kind of one of the things I see is all my friends were children around my age.
Mm-hmm.
Their parents looked up to my dad. I was told, or and they and those children looked up to their parents. I didn't really have anybody else to seriously look up to outside of my dad.
Yeah.
There was no barrier.
Mm-hmm.
I had to try to learn how to look up to these other people that were creating a barrier between me, not a bad barrier, but like a level and a system.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how that I don't like calling it a system, but you know what I mean.
No, I
Like
get you, mean. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had to separate like him being a leader of the community
Mm-hmm.
versus him being my dad.
Yeah. No, I 100% get
And
that.
that's what I had to learn and how to learn how to separate. So,
That's an interesting thing to consider because I have no relation to that because my neither of my parents were leaders in any situation. Like they were both just workers that went to work, did their job, came home, and so for me, like I was taught like how to be a loyal follower, basically, which drives me nuts because like my push in life has always been like I like to be a leader, and it drives me nuts with the times when I'm like not seen as a leader. Like even if there's like a situation where I take on a project as like a leading person, and then by the end of it, like there's no recognition of that, and people are just like, oh yeah, whatever. He just did some work. I'm like that drives me like internally that eats me alive, and I'm just like, fuck this place and fuck these people, and I don't know. So it's like really interesting. That's a whole different swap, I guess.
like the thing with me is like I I didn't understand that. I get it. I get it a bit more now,
Mm-hmm.
but at the time, I never completely understood it.
All
Like,
around.
give it. Okay, so you've already got at least a little bit of a better internet connection there than you did earlier.
Yep.
I guess it's for 2 out of 5.
Well, no, but I mean, on our at least from what I can see, like you're coming in clear. Like you were
Okay.
originally like really blurry.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, you guys have. I don't know what's up or mine. Oh, it's 3 out of 5 now. Woohoo! I'm gonna try to
3
figure out
out of
how to
5.
boost some things and see that. I figure out how to boost the internet on my PlayStation 4
There you go. It's going up. Oh,
by
back down.
tapping into DNS servers apparently.
No,
Hmm.
nice. I don't even
Yeah,
know how to do that. I don't even know what that means.
Okay, so if you have a PS4,
Yeah.
Well,
you
I don't have a I have a PlayStation 1.
really? Oh, okay. So what do you stream off of?
What do I stream off of?
Yeah.
I have a smart TV.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't probably need the DNS stuff.
No. Then now your internet just went to shit.
It's weird. This thing is usually
I mean,
so dependent.
it's still your audio is still coming in good. It's just the video.
Yeah, how's it look? I mean, how's it look? Do I look fuzzy?
I mean,
Does it look
you're
fuzzy?
Yeah,
still
you're
moving
getting
right,
fuzzy.
but you're just kind of like, pixely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's okay. But your audio's coming in fine.
As long as the audio is good, yeah, I think we should be all right.
Yeah, that's
'Cause then
all.
we'll edit it
That's the
out.
most important thing.
You got Adobe up or
Oh,
Audition
I've
up?
got Adobe up.
all right. So we'll start with Loki. Is that what we're doing? Starting with that old
Well, yeah,
trickster.
especially since
Yeah.
you just finished it, and
Yes.
what an interesting ending.
Right.
So
Yeah, that'll be fun to go over. And then your game there, sir. Yeah.
yep, I've already got what I'm gonna be reading off of.
Time to play
pulled
the
up.
game.
Just please don't cheat and look on the internet because I just found a list, but I think this is gonna be a lot of fun either way.
Why would we
Cool.
cheat? It's just a
And
game.
then I have the news stories I'm doing.
Ah.
I'm basically doing mostly the Cosby because that was one of the biggest
Mhm.
things.
Yeah.
And then a little bit on Britney Spears. And I have an article pulled up on the Olympic stuff, but if we get talking about Cosby and don't get to it, that's fine.
Mhm.
Cool.
Just because the Olympic sprinter thing was like the second biggest, I think, news story of the past couple of weeks. Not the biggest. That was crazy.
The Olympic sprinter.
Yeah, that almost that is being suspended for smoking.
Oh,
Yeah,
for smoking pot. Oh, who?
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
cares?
that one.
Smoking Pat.
Yeah.
Smoking. Apparently, the United States Olympic Committee cares a lot.
Why?
So, yeah.
Well,
Why?
look at Michael
They shouldn't fucking
Phelps.
care about that. No.
You know, Michael
He
Phelps.
was suspended.
was-
He was
yeah.
totally suspended, but he was suspended 30 days in the off season. So he was suspended when basically he was off. So yeah, you can't go to our facilities and go train, but you can go swim any other pool. So 30 days is not swimming in our pools, fucker.
Save it. Let's save it for the show.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's do
that-
If we get into it
So
now, we'll use all the good stuff.
You save. What is that movie? Big Daddy. You wasted the
Yeah.
good surprise
Yeah.
on you.
That goes full circle to how this whole thing started. Actually,
Yeah.
we were talking about
Hold up.
surprise parties earlier.
Before we start, I have to make sure that this is the right piece of thing to pull up because
Unicorn ducky.
Everybody,
so-
only for our Twitch people. Unicorn Ducky. Everybody.
Always comedy.
only for
no, they don't have the fucking.
people.
All right, never mind. I didn't pull up the right thing. All right, y'all keep talking. I'm gonna do something.
All right, what you gotta do?
Well, how was you guys' weekend? How was the 4th of July? What did you guys do? Did you guys blow up anything?
Nope.
No, I figured out my dog doesn't like fireworks.
Yeah, see, stayed
Yeah,
inside.
loud noises. Most dogs hate them.
Well, no, she's okay with loud noises like thunder. She doesn't give a flying fuck about thunder. She doesn't care about the cowboys and the stockyards shooting blanks. Like she doesn't care about that. Like gunshots, nothing. However, fireworks blow her damn mind, and she can't stand them.
Hmm.
Do you think it's the amount of bangs at a time?
No, because it would just be one big bang and she'd lose her mind.
Hmm.
I honestly don't know how to explain it.
It's hitting that right frequency for where
Something.
it's not.
So Taz just chills. He just sits there and, whatever.
Yeah, Sally kind of looks around and goes, "Kind of, what was that for a second?" And really doesn't care anymore.
I'm trying to find the right damn. I had this saved. Where the fuck is it?
Gators are biting. Gators biting.
Yes, they are. I already had this up and going, but it's the
Gators
wrong
are
one.
always biting.
Of course they are, because they like to go after, the small prey. And right now, I am the small prey.
What?
Mm-hmm. The Gators, the electronic Gators.
Oh. Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't blown up anything this year. Quit blowing stuff up in my mid-20s. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was actually never really fond of it.
I mean, I liked it.
I did go out with West a couple times.
Yeah.
Albadejo?
Yeah, too.
Always.
Yeah, I went with him whenever we played out in God, I saw what the name of it was, but it was some country place, some out in the middle of nowhere where this guy would basically have his own professional fireworks show. Yeah, and I went out with him twice and played with him. Got paid like $150 each.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I went out there and just it's hot, so hot.
Yeah,
like,
but
just
for $150 you play for an hour and a half in the heat, worth it.
Yeah, I think about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Nighttime to enjoy a fireworks show, please.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, free food. Like nice whatever catering they had.
Mm-hmm. I remember him mentioning that once or twice. I think one year he invited everybody out to it, but it was like such a drive that everyone was like, "Nah, we're okay."
Yeah, I mean, it was like it would have been worth it because it just was like a fun ass time. Again, the game we're playing fireworks or gunshots around here right now. So,
oh, it's okay. I understand that we're playing fireworks and gunshots right around here too. Hopefully, my dog doesn't start barking. We've had a lot of fireworks going off, but she has calmed down and hadn't been barking at some of the bigger booms.
Yep.
Cheers. Let's see.
Cheers.
All right, y'all ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1. So I've got this Russian friend who's a sound engineer, and a check 1, 2. A check 1, 2.
Always bringing comedy, delivering entertainment frequently, giving hope infamously, just kicking it like most normal, outstanding people, quietly revealing satire, trivially usurping volatile whack jobs and xenial yahoos. It's Zaboys!
Yes. Oh, those of you on the Twitch stream have just seen me freak out on a freaking stress ball, but people on the regular internet radio have no idea what just happened in their ear holes, but they will find out now because we are the Zaboys podcast. Yes, I am Positive C. To my left and right is a Thorny, the dude today. Thornquist.
Howdy.
How dare you take that moniker?
It asks for pronouns, and so anytime someone asks for my pronouns, I always say the dude or El Duderino.
And then Will Violator Shotwell. Hey, producer, how are you, sir?
Doing great.
Doing all right. Doing fantastic. It is the 4th of July. Are you indulging in the beverages and the barbecue, fellas? Are you guys doing that in honor
no
of
barbecue,
America's
but I
birthday?
do have one of these.
I got green tea.
Truly and a green tea. I'm sipping on water over here. We're listening to the Champagne Poppers as we begin another week on the fantastic pop culture and entertainment ride of the Zaboys podcast. Tonight, we have some fun tonight, or I don't know if everything is fun. The thing I'm going to do probably won't be that fun because I'm going to be riffing on the news. The news isn't that great this week. It's kind of depressing in all accounts, but we'll try to make some light of it as much as we can. A Violator, he'll have some fun though. He has a game for us where it's movie plots explained badly, so please stay tuned for that. We have music from Unicorn Killed My Girlfriend, Lovesick Drug, and Circumvent tonight. That's going to be on Deep Dallas Radio if you're listening to us on Monday nights. It's probably around 8 o'clock around there right now when you guys are grooving on internet radio. Their anniversary is this year, so we'll get to that at some point in time. Internet radio. But first, we are pop culture, we are entertainment, and there's nothing more entertainment and pop culture right now than Loki on the Disney Plus network, because that is what people are talking about, and it's been pretty good right now. So Thorny Thornquist, will you take us through the wild ride of the variant time, variant authority people of the Loki-ness? What is going on with this show?
I was about to ask the same thing because I so far cannot make heads or tails of what is happening in this show. So just to kick things off, here's what I'm going to ask. I want everyone to give a quick synopsis of what they think is going on, but you get bonus points if you do it in an Owen Wilson voice.
Wow.
Wow.
Will I get a bonus point for just doing that?
I mean, yeah, you get like a half point because everybody can do the wow. But yeah, by the way, did anyone notice that? You got the how in this show, not the wow.
Oh, did he even do a wow?
No, he get a wow. I was saying, you get a nice drawn out how. Because whenever he asked about the death of that one person, he's like, how? And you're like, damn, you still got it in there somehow.
I did not notice that.
I honestly don't really know how to answer that.
I will. I'll start it off real quick just to see if we can make this happen. So Loki, he's a variant in an alternate timeline. He's pulled from his timeline, you see, and there's a big, vast world out there. It's magical. It's big. There's all these different things going on, but the TVA they seem to control the timelines, and maybe it's just a big thing. Maybe it's a big myth. I don't really know, but the show starts off seeming like it's going to be True Detectives. Then all of a sudden it becomes kind of a heist flick. It's all over the place, and I don't know what else to say. It's hard to follow. Wow.
Thank you. I don't want to follow that. That was great.
I think you win on that. However, I do want to say that maybe, we have this Loki character come in, after he, lands in the Gobi Desert. And then all of a sudden, all these people just show up, and try to take him. And he thinks that he's going to be able to overpower them. And they take the Tesseract. And then he shows up into the TVA. And then he has that guy right there that just doesn't understand what the Tesseract is. And he just puts it right there in his little drawer thing. And then eventually he finally gets, Loki finally escapes, and then he shows up and he finds out that all of these, Infinity Stones are in there. Then he just loses his damn mind. He doesn't know what to do. And then all of a sudden he realizes that the Tesseract doesn't even work. And then he finally shows up, and all of a sudden he falls in love with himself. Only a female person. And wow.
Yeah, that's pretty wild too. I don't know if I can do the Owen Wilson voice, but I can kind of tell you what I think is going on.
All right, let's hear it.
Make it a little nasally. That's all you have to do right there, Chris. Just do this right here. And then like Texas accent.
I watched the first two whenever it was released.
Yeah.
And then I watched two in a row, bam, bam.
Mm-hmm.
The last two completely threw me for a loop. But I think what's going on is that no one in the Marvel MCU really knew how to really expand this universe at all. So they decided to write this just to fuck everything up so they can just create new shit. You know what I mean? I think this is what this is. This is a really just fancy way to go, well, we don't really know how to connect any more stories to what we just fucking did. So let's put a reset button on everything and go ahead and fuck up a timeline, and then so we can just write new stories.
But isn't that what they do in the entire show? Is hit the fucking reset button
Pretty much.
Basically, like
for a timeline? Like, I think it's fucking genius. Like,
I think it is. I
whenever I
really do.
started watching it, I thought it was brilliant. I was like, this is not what I expected was going to happen with Loki whatsoever. Like, I was hit with a left that I thought was coming from the right.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
I expected so much more time heist stuff. I thought this was going to be a bunch of Loki causing messes in different parts of time, and like in one thing he's gonna be Genghis Khan, and one thing he's gonna be this and this. So I was like, okay, we're gonna do like a time adventure with Loki.
Yeah.
I didn't think this is gonna be like the MCU reset button, and it's great. It's fantastic. Like, good on them.
Will, you eagerly seem to have a question.
Yes. So
Yes.
the exciting part in the first episode, in my opinion, I thought this was one of the best jokes that they did, is whenever Owen Wilson looks at Loki and says, "I can't believe that you were DB Cooper."
Yeah, that was a pretty good intro.
That was
pretty
fucking tastic.
It hooked me.
That also shocked me. Yeah, that also shocked me. I was like, okay, that's how they're gonna do that, because I saw it like on the previews that he was going to be DB Cooper, but like, how are they gonna put that in there? Oh, that makes sense. Loki just messing around
with Thor and lost.
I will ask this. So if you take the DB Cooper scene where he hops out of the plane and he gets absorbed by Heimdall. Heimdall, yeah. So Heimdall saves his ass, right, from falling to his death. Then later on, they're on this planet that's about to die. Why doesn't he reach out to Heimdall again? Like, we don't know if in this universe he's alive or not. So you could try.
That's
a great point.
That's a great point. Never, did not think about that at all.
I didn't at all.
No, didn't, because that would make a lot of sense. It's 2077 in that timeline, so I mean, maybe Asgard still exists. You know?
Maybe they didn't get destroyed.
Asgard's already dead. Like, because we know for a fact Ragnarok has already happened at some point.
Yes, but maybe not in that timeline.
Pre or post Ragnarok?
It would that time period would be post Ragnarok, but we don't know if Ragnarok. It's Schrodinger's cat all over again, right? Like, did Ragnarok happen in that timeline, or did they stop it?
Yes, because if the Infinity Stones didn't happen to come through Thanos's grasp in that timeline, then Ragnarok wouldn't have happened in the whatchamacallit timeline, because the events of everything happening wouldn't have put Thor in the position he was in and whatnot. So have to make the deal with Surge. So who knows? Asgard could still exist in whatever timeline they were on that planet. But that was really a cool scene, except for some of the green screen factor. Like that, I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. The effects on this one compared to WandaVision and compared to Falcon Winter Soldier, I think are a little subpar.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
On the other shows were pretty good, and that's not what I was expecting at all. I was a little shocked by a little bit of the shoddy green screen work and a little bit of that, but I guess
think this is more clever, though. I think this is a lot more cleverly written. I mean, like those other shows are like well written. This one, I think, has a bit more sense of humor that I would expect that the other two didn't.
Yeah.
So I don't care a whole lot about the green screen and all the extra, CGI and stuff. I think this is just I think it's a part of I don't know how to say this other than just watching Loki.
Yeah, I'll give you that. What were y'all's thoughts on the big reveal of a Lady Loki? I mean, I don't think it was a shock to anybody, but
I wasn't surprised by that. I kind of expected it showing up, but what happens later, it kind of also done. It's not 100% crazy, but because it makes sense, but I wasn't expecting it. I don't know. We'll get to that in a minute.
Well, I mean, the Lady Loki thing surprised me until they started revealing more about her, like throughout this, and like she's not exactly Lady Loki.
Well, so that's
she's a lady.
another thing. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, she's not. She's a lady version of Loki, but I think they're combining a character, or maybe going to reveal she's a different character later. But she's Enchantress. Like
Yeah,
that's her. That's her power set. That's her name. Her name is the second Enchantress in the comics. So it's like I don't know if they're setting up for the reveal that this is a different character. They're gonna make her a different character, or if this is just them doing what sometimes they do and combining a couple of characters into one just to save time and maybe copyright issues and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue, right? They've taken Enchantress and the actual Lady Loki character and mashed the two together to create this character, and that's completely fine. But I think that what we're going to see here is Thor. We're about to have Love and Thunder come out, where Thor is going to transfer his powers over to Jane. So maybe like, is this the setup for her Loki? Is she going to come into this MCU timeline and be her Loki, or will we still have something different there? I don't know. It's hard to see where this is leading.
I mean, that would make sense. Enchantress is one of Thor's biggest enemies in the comics, so that would make sense for them to introduce her in this way, and then transferred into Love and Thunder, where she's a part of what's going on. You know her from the show, and she's able to. So now we have two female leads going on in Love and Thunder with the villain and the main hero. That could be awesome. That could be good. Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, some of the big Easter eggs or some of the little hidden details in this show have been interesting. Like, there's a point where they're looking at Loki's file and they reveal that he's actually gender fluid. So that hints Lady Loki not being a word thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The idea, like you said, of all these different Infinity Stones just being paperweights, and the idea of like they're pulling these from timelines and just leaving them around. It's like makes you wonder, like, why did in the one universe that we all have been watching, they've struggled so hard to get these, and then you find out like, oh, these are a dime a dozen. You can pull them from any universe, any timeline, and we just throw them in a box now. Like, that's pretty messy.
And it kind of makes what's her face in Doctor Strange. I can't remember her name.
Oh,
but it makes what she says. The ancient one.
Yes, the ancient one. That's exactly it.
The ancient one. What she was talking about, taking one stone and messing up the timeline and doing all that, but apparently that just messes up that timeline because it doesn't mess up the great timeline. You have to do something really crazy to do that.
Which tells me that she didn't even know about the great timeline or the. But that's a whole
sacred timeline. Yeah,
the sacred timeline. That's right. Yeah. So
is that a lie? Is there no sacred timeline? Because
that's the whole thing about this show, because we don't know yet.
That's the thing. We've had so little revealed. Everything's still a mystery. And in the last episode, they're just going to start dropping bombs everywhere. But it seems like this show has been written so oddly that you can't, like, originally starting off, I was like, oh, the answers are in the small details. But they're not even not. No, it's just like extra details. Like, the small details aren't even revealing stuff. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, where are the answers? It's just cliffhanger after cliffhanger after cliffhanger. And what the fuck?
Yeah, that was your response the other day whenever you finally finished it. You're like, what the fuck is happening in this show? Like, you sent me a text that basically said that.
Yeah, it was like midnight. And I was just like, what the fuck?
It was like
just happened.
And you sent me that.
It was.
I don't think that. It's weird because I think the writers have started to get smarter about their Easter eggs in these things, and I love the fact that they know the internet would run wild over any speculation thing, and like, so the stuff, the specific places in time that destroys, all these specific places in time, and you look at it and there's all these different places. One's Like there's all these, so it's like, oh, you got to read into it, and maybe these mean this and these mean that, but maybe it doesn't mean anything at all. And by the time we get to the end of the show, it's gonna be like, well, what? I don't have an educated guess on how they're going to finish this off.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
There's nothing that they've given me. Yeah, there's nothing that they've given me. Like
I don't know.
Like as a I know a little bit of the comic lore, but there's nothing they're giving me to where I'm like, well, you know what? This makes sense. This is what they're going to do.
There's obviously going to be something above the Time Lords, but I think it's still going to be. I think it's a character that we already know of, but they're gonna reveal it to us, and they're gonna find a way to tie it into all of the rest of the Marvel universe that we've already seen, and we're not gonna know. And it just to make a guess, I think it's gonna be something that Thanos does.
I don't know. I don't know if that.
I don't know how to explain it, but I think it's going to be something that he has to do, because I mean, there's something there, and then going along with, you know, the wizards that know how to, you know, manipulate time and everything. Like there's something there.
So
I think there's something definitely maybe with the time stone. I don't think Thanos. I don't think they're going to recapture that guy at all. Like I don't, especially that big bad.
I don't know.
The final boss. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I don't think you would.
But they brought him back in this show whenever they pointed out that Loki had, you know, was killed by him, and then he had also held up a dagger to him. Like they pointed this specific scene out in this show in the first episode. So I think they're going to be able to bring Thanos back in to some extent.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. So, you know, every time we watch one of these, we always have to ask, who on the acting roster has, in your mind, has stolen the show? Like who's just playing the part that's just blowing your mind?
This one's been tough because I don't think anyone's.
It's still Tom. I think it's still
he's
Tom.
The best actor.
Yeah.
I don't think he's taken his character and made me go, oh man, like he should have had more. You know what I mean? I think Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan proved that they were, you know, underused, and Wanda and you know, Elizabeth Olsen and you know, and Paul Bettany proved that they were underused. I don't think that Tom Hiddleston has proven he's needed more screen time. Like I think he's pretty much what he is. And the other actors are just kind of they're there. They're, you know, they're doing their best. You know, no one's, even Owen Wilson, like his death was shocking, but not saddened because I didn't like super connect to the character. When like I wasn't expecting,
I wasn't expecting, you know, Owen Wilson to actually be a, you know, somebody who was actually in this show. Like I wouldn't have put him in the Marvel universe at all. But I mean, I think he does a really good job as Mobius.
Oh, like, I think he does a great job.
Yeah, I definitely
just don't know if it's a standout performance. So
it's maybe not yet, but he is surprising enough for me that I was like, okay, I dig this. I like this. Like it's not his typical role. It's very It's very straight man, kind of stern, but he's kind of like, you know, it's the good. He plays good cop, bad cop as one guy. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I mean, that's all the questions I've got, guys. Because again, I still can't make heads or tails of this. But Chris, I got a question for you. What song's coming up?
It is a fancy tune by the internet famous Unicorn Killed My Girlfriend. Yeah, this is their first music in about 5 years, but this has a local connection to the DFW because local guy Chris Abbott was commissioned to help them write a deathcore song. and so he helped him write a deathcore song. So this is Unicorn Killed My Girlfriend with the song Unicorn Blood here on the Zaboys podcast on Deep Dallas Radio on twitch.tv/Zaboys_podcast and anywhere you're listening to internet people talking to you on microphones. Yes, that's right. Next up, we're going to have some fun with Violator as we play a game, but enjoy the music, have a good time, and check us out after the break. See you next time.
And we're out. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Perfect timing because they just started shooting fireworks outside of my outside of my house.
Well,
and
you hit the 20, so I said let's hard cut it real fast.
yeah, we're at 21:20. So
I think I have to go change my laundry, and I'll be right back.
no worries, man. That'll give us all a little bit of time to do what we have to do.
Yeah,
I have to pee.
I smell sex
Oh, cool.
and
Awesome. Perfect.
panties.
All right, I've got to pee. Chris has to change out his laundry, so a couple of minutes, and then whenever he comes back, we can fix his, the noise.
Yeah, do what you got to do. Oh, been putting TikToks on Facebook. For anybody who doesn't know, I wanted to... Making an old-fashioned pairs well with the show. Nice. Well, welcome into the chat on the Rise Productions. Tell me, how are you making this old-fashioned? Because if you're making it wrong, I will ridicule you. But if you're making it right, I will ask you to send one. Yeah. A lazy whiskey sour. So, how do you make a lazy whiskey sour? Just whiskey and lemon juice, or what? Let's hear it. I want to hear these recipes, guys. Tell me what's going into these drinks, because I'm drinking weekly brewed green tea so that I can, I don't know, drink green tea, I guess. I had an old fashioned yesterday, actually, because I went day drinking, and wasn't as good as it used to be from this place that I went. Actually, it was almost a little sour. It was weird. Okay. Splash of water, some lemon juice, and some whiskey. Nice. You do that with gin. You just got a gin lemon, and it's pretty good too. It's really weird day drinking alone in a bar, and you're the only patron there. Like, Belfour rye whiskey with an orange peel, sugar cube, and Luxardo cherry with chocolate bitters, non-traditional. Very nice. That actually sounds really good. One gin you like? Is it Tanqueray, Bombay, or I think it was Bombay Sapphire that you always mentioned back in the day.
Do you what?
We're talking about old fashions and whiskey sours and gins.
Oh, well, I like old fashions and I like gin and whiskey sours. I guess I wouldn't turn it down, but
nice. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, in the whiskey sour are basically nothing more than the whatever that
sweet and sour and whiskey.
Sweet and sour mix, and then whiskey with it, and then maybe a little bit of like a splash of cherry juice.
It's hot and sour. It's a packet of hot and sour sauce mixed into whiskey. That sounds disgusting.
I said sweet.
I know.
Sweet and sour.
No, but it got me thinking, like, what if you took hot and sour sauce and mixed it into a little bit of whiskey? That'd be fucking gross. But
that would be pretty disgusting because it'd be like the hot and sour soup.
God.
Yeah, it's got the tofu bits in it, and then all the bamboo strips.
Gross.
With the dragon sauce and a little bit of the
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm done. I'm done describing it because that'd be pretty fucking terrible.
On the Rise Production says he's making an old fashioned with while watching the show. He's using Belfour rye whiskey with an orange peel, a sugar cube, Luxardo cherry with some chocolate bitters. Sounds
Ooh,
amazing.
That does sound amazing. So are you melting the sugar cube with anything, or are you just putting it in there and then kind of crunching it up and letting it be in there? Like I'm not, there's a whole lot of different ways to be able to make an old fashioned. So I'm just kind of curious, like how
That's why I asked too, because I was like, I had one from Hooligans yesterday, and it was sour and gross and just really off-putting.
who made it? Was it Joe? It better not have
No,
been
Joe
Joe.
wasn't there. Joe only works Monday through Thursday now, day shift through up to happy hour, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is all the other people. They've got like 5 employees now. I was like, great.
Well, Joe's the only, like, out of all the people that I
Nice.
know of
Copy
up
the
there,
course.
like Joe's the only good one that actually knows how to make a good
I
to make
mean,
a good.
back in the day, the other ones could make it. Like Eric, Serena, and
Well, yeah,
other Joe, and what's her face,
but they
Cagney.
learned from Joe
Yeah,
how
I
to
know.
do it.
Sugar cube gets crushed with an orange peel and bitters, like Chardonnay cherry, then added, then whiskey, stir for a bit, then add ice. Nice.
Yep. This dude knows what's up.
Yep. Yeah, that's a solid way to do it too. And yeah, I was saying Hooligans alone yesterday was really odd, being the only person in that bar. So just me and the bartender talking about news, talking about dogs, talking about COVID, just everything under the sun. And then like 4 drinks later was just like, okay, I'm going home. But I kept staring at the damn empty store and just thinking like, what could go there? Like, what could go there? What would work? And it was just so many ideas, but
There's a ton of ideas, especially what's already built in there.
yeah.
I mean, just because we're on the stream, I'm going to overhype this, but I'm dead serious. We could do it. We could put a legit venue in there
Mm-hmm.
that people could go in and see local musicians. They could get food from all of the local venues right around there. I mean, you've got Twisted Root, you've got that Korean barbecue place that's right next door. You can go over to Namu, and then you can go over to Flying Fish, and then you can see music, and then right across, not even 8 feet away,
There's a bar.
is a bar.
Yep.
It's possible. It would work. The only thing we would need is the money and an internet connection. And then probably some, equipment to be able to, make a decent, sound area for the bands.
Yeah, 100%. Because he took all of the sound equipment.
Yeah. Oh, which he should have. But I mean, that's all it takes. Like, it's already set up to do it.
Oh yeah.
It's a
Hi, Twitch
fantastic
people.
venue. Oh, kitty
Sally wants to say hi.
Hi, Cat.
Sally says hi.
Hello,
Hi, Sally Cat.
Sally. You're so cute. I want to pet you, but you're on the other side of the.
I'm
I
petting her for you.
can't quite reach you.
Trust me, she likes the camera time. So normally she'd be fighting to get out of my arms right now, but she's very content right now because she's on camera.
She's got those green eyes and just a complete black coat. Like, that's just adorable.
Yeah, well, and a little bit of white, just a little bit.
Okay, in her ears. I couldn't see the rest of the white, but
I dig that. Not the only black cat's going off tonight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what the hell's going on? Oh, my cat was on my phone.
Ah.
Okay, lay down, kitty cat. Okay, so back to business after kitty cat time.
Back into the game.
Let's back to the game. You want to, since I threw it kind of technically into you.
Yeah.
Do you want to throw in hi? See, she wants on camera now. Do you want me to throw it in, or you throw it in, Will? Thorny.
I mean, I can do it either way. It doesn't bother me.
I'm not gonna throw it in.
Yeah, I can't throw it in yourself. No alley oop. No self alley oops. Let's throw it in there, Thorny.
Okay.
All right. Well, before we start, I have 60. This specific list has 65 different ones. However, some of them are the same. Not all of them, but a couple of them are. So, if y'all can't get it right, I may go and look to see what the like another option is.
Mhm.
and then y'all can try to guess from that. But for the most part, I think y'all are going to be able to get some of these. Others are going to be pretty difficult. I'm also going to skip over ones that I think that y'all probably haven't seen. So we'll figure that out.
Sounds good.
But
Groovy.
there's 65 total, so we're not going to be able to get through all 65 in
No.
15 minutes.
That doesn't sound plausible. No. No.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm just gonna scroll through this list, and if for some reason we manage to make it to the end over the ones that I've already skipped, then so be it. But yeah, I guarantee you,
So be it.
it's not going to be a big deal.
Awesome.
All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Zaboys. If you were on the Twitch stream checking us out live, good for you. And if not, you might be catching us Monday night on Deep Dallas Radio. But right now, we are going over to Will the Violator Shotwell for a game that he's calling Film Plots Said Bad.
Well, they're pretty bad. So, guys, here's basically what I'm going to do. There's not a whole lot to this game. I'm basically just going to give y'all, if you guess it, you get a point. If you don't guess it, somebody else gets to, go for it. So let's see. How do y'all want to start this off? Let's see. Who can say the number that I'm thinking of first between 1 and 15?
7. Oh, yeah, 7.
What was Thorny's?
We both went with 7.
He said
No,
7.
no, y'all are both really close though.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, 4.
Nope.
8.
There you go.
Wow, God.
I shit you not. That's no bullshit. I was thinking of 8.
I got help from the audience, like Price is Right.
All right. So
someone gave you good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer. That's Family Feud.
So here is the first clue to the name of the movie, and some of these, not all of them, very, very few of them actually are TV shows, but most of these are movies.
Okay.
The first one, this is a movie. Grumpy emo chick ponders whether to shag a corpse or a dog over several years.
Corpse Bride?
No. All right, Chris. I guess we probably should also set up, your chime-ins of who's going to be first.
Oh, yeah, unicorn.
All right.
Shag a corpse or a dog over several years. A dead guy or a dog.
Chat's got it.
I don't know.
All right, Bale on that. Thorny, what do you got?
Chat. I'm giving points. Going to go to chat. They're saying Twilight.
They are correct.
Chat gets
All
the
right.
point. Chat, you're playing in this tonight.
All right, chat is. I'm gonna actually put them down here. All right, so
But
chat.
wait, Thorny, you cannot look at the Twitch chat.
They took it.
Guessing.
They said it after my guess, so I was like, So here I
There's
will.
about a 15-second delay, so
yeah, very true.
It's gonna be difficult to figure out. All right, so here's another one.
I'll do this number.
All right, group spends 9 hours returning jewelry.
Oh, ding! Lord of the Rings.
Yes, it is Lord of the Rings. All right, Thorny right there with a point. Chris, you're down 1. That one was an easy one. All right. I don't want to use. Hold on. Let me find the right one.
Distracting. Hold on.
Let me go back and find the one that I actually want.
There we go. Now I can't see what chat just put a piece of paper over chat. Oh, God dang it! It fell.
Oh, well, put it back up there while I'm still trying.
I feel fair now.
There we go. Stay. There we go.
Just stay. That's what I tell my dog almost every day. All right. Well, I can't find the other good one that I wanted to use for that, so never mind. I'm going to use this one. All right. Everyone tries the ice bucket challenge.
Oh, ding! Titanic.
It is.
Unicorn.
Thorny already got it for Titanic.
Oh,
Are you on a delay?
Wait, hold on. Can you hear me? Like,
Yeah, we
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you may be delayed because it took you about 3 seconds to say that, and I thought you would get that a lot faster. And it also is saying that you're.
I thought I said it at the same time.
We- oh, and we just lost him. All right.
Okay, we'll wait it out.
Yeah, we'll wait it out. Yeah, because he should have gotten that one just as fast as you did. All right, he's back.
Yes. Yeah. Let's see.
All right. Well, all right. I'm not gonna give that one to Thorny just because I honestly think y'all both would have gotten that at about the same time. So let me put that right there. All right. Next one. Y'all might get this one. I think both of y'all have seen this one, but Leonardo DiCaprio wanders a frozen wasteland in search of an Oscar.
Unicorn.
All right.
The Remnant.
You Revenant. Yes, it is.
The Revenant. Yeah, the Remnant. The
I'll,
Remnant
I'll give it to you.
Oscar
Close enough. It was close enough, especially.
I actually have not seen the Revenant yet, or the Remnant. The Revenant.
Revenant.
Well,
Reverend.
I'll tell you this: the only reason worth watching it is because of Leo.
Because of
It's
what? Oh,
not that
Leo.
good.
Yeah,
I thought you said Lee Hong, and I was like, who the fuck is Lee Hong?
All right, I'm going to skip that one and find it later. I'm going to skip that one as well and that one. All right, here we go. Here's a good one. Drug addicted girl takes advantage of mentally challenged boy for 3 decades.
Unicorn. Forrest Gump.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Didn't see that one. I didn't think about that at all.
Chris gets Forrest Gump for an extra
Pear
point.
movie. Pear movie. Way to go, Chad. Dig it.
All right, here's another one. A guy that's alone in the forest kisses a dead body while 7 other guys watch.
Ding. Snow White and the Seven Dwarves.
Snow White is the answer.
Realize that movie has such a close
probably-
premise to Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty.
And Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, I mean, they're all
it's
kind of
closer to Sleeping
same
Beauty,
thing.
not Cinderella.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, my mistake. I was
here's
thinking
one.
Sleeping Beauty.
If y'all get this one, I'm gonna be kind of impressed.
Mhm.
But you might just think about this one. Just think about it. Donald Trump is a human being for 3 seconds.
Oh, Unicorn. Home Alone. Lost in New York. Yeah.
You fucking got it.
Doesn't explain the movie plot, but okay, we'll
No,
take it.
but
But that scene is iconic because of who Donald Trump friggin' is. So
Yeah.
I mean, you'll never forget that. Actually,
I will give you that one. I will straight up give you that one. All right, here's another one I think y'all are probably going to get, but we'll find out. Noseless guy has an unhealthy obsession with a teenage boy.
Wait, what? Repeat that?
A noseless guy has an unhealthy
Oh,
obsession
Ding.
with a teenage boy.
Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry. I had
just-
to,
Any of them in general. yeah.
I thought you said knows this like Moses, but knows this.
knows
Like,
this.
yeah,
No.
like knows this
Knows
guy.
this.
I was like, who's knows this guy? What the fuck are you talking about?
Almost thought it was Moses guy.
Yeah, I was like
Yeah,
Evan
it's
Almighty.
Moses guy.
Here's another one. A guy learns to love a girl without her Instagram filters.
Not Beauty and the Beast. That would be love a guy without his Instagram filters.
Guy learns to love a girl without her Instagram.
A guy
filters.
learns to love a girl without her Instagram
Oh,
filter.
okay. So chat's saying Shallow Hal.
Mm-mm.
No, it's not it.
Chat? No. Okay.
That is a fantastic answer, though.
Right?
That is
I
a
feel like that
fantastic
deserves a
answer.
point just for thinking of that movie.
All right, I'm going to give that to the
Great
chat.
movie.
yeah,
I'm going to give that one to the chat.
because I've
that is
got
a
nothing.
great- Y'all are going to feel
Yeah, you're
real
gonna give-
dumb when I say this.
Yeah, go ahead and say it because I got nothing. Oh wait,
Shrek.
oh,
Oh,
Guy learns to love a girl without-
Shrek.
I feel like-
get it. But really, like, come on.
Yeah, I don't know about
I
that
like
one.
Shallow Hal better.
All right. Oh yeah, y'all.
No, I don't like Shallow Hal. You know why? Because it's the reverse. Shallow Hal is he only loves to love a girl with her Instagram filters on.
Oh, that is a good point. That is a good point. That's the only way he.
Yeah.
Well, but then he halfway through the movie starts seeing her for who she act, like the way she looks. But that's the point.
Looks, yeah,
Story,
okay.
is like he still has to love her even after that. But that's why he's shallow.
Chat says that he sees
He
through.
is shallow. That God of movie was so good. He sees through.
Especially Jack Black. Like that's
Like,
like I would-
early Jack Black too.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Here's,
it was back when he wasn't.
well, back when he wasn't what?
Has annoying.
All right. Here's one. Y'all might get this one. Kids come out of the closet.
Let's see. Kids come out of the closet.
Ding.
No.
Thorny said
Yeah.
ding.
Little Monsters?
No.
Okay.
Unicorn E.T.
No. The answer.
Oh, okay. Chat says Narnia.
Then the chat is right again.
Chat gets it with Narnia. Nice. Even think about that.
It's doing.
Doesn't really.
Good
These
job,
aren't really
chat.
the plots of these movies, but they're features of these movies.
Right. Well, but
movies
they're
describe
just
bad
bad
movies.
explanations.
Okay,
Like the whole
okay.
thing is bad explanations. All right, this one. Now, again, as I told you, and this is probably going to be a hint, this is not necessarily always movies or TV shows, but this one, people drink coffee for 10 years.
Nah.
Unicorn.
We're all gonna get this.
Friends.
Yeah.
Yep, Chris got
Friends.
that one. That one was too easy.
Obsessive. So just a little diversion on that. As I said before, how Friends does not hold up. After obsessively now watching it episode by episode, it 75% holds up.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's still pretty funny, but there's still a lot of stuff that's just like, wow, God, the 90s are fucking weird.
Well, I just like the show. Like, I think Friends is just a funny fucking show.
It's quality TV.
It's quality TV.
All right, here we go. Here we go. This one is girl has to pretend she's a man to be taken seriously.
Unicorn Mulan.
Yeah, and Chris got it.
Man, but that could have also been that Amanda Bynes movie. That could have been
that
Tootsie. Oh, Tootsie's reverse. Man pretends to be a woman.
She's the man.
Yeah.
All
she's
right.
the man. That would have been a good one.
I don't think y'all are going to get this one, but you might. We'll see. A family's first Airbnb experience goes very, very wrong.
Unicorn, the Amityville Horror?
No, but you're close.
Unicorn,
you
the
can't go yet. Thorny.
I'm seeing if chat's got it because I can't think of anything.
Okay, well you can't count on the chat. All right, Chris.
Oh no, I'm letting them see if they get the point. But go ahead, Chris.
The Shining.
It is The Shining.
There you go. Well done.
Have you guys seen that?
Well, but if the chat if the chat calls it,
they did not. They also had no clue until after he said The Shining, so we were okay.
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 All right, Chris.
Like I said, I knew I had no guess, so I was just going to let the chat take their guess.
Oh, it popped to me the second it was like not. I tried to go too smart with Amityville Horror.
Yeah, they buy that house too.
But you were in the right direction.
Yeah, they bought it. Yeah.
You were in the right direction. All right, this
Ryan Reynolds.
The next one. Paranoid billionaire afraid of an immigrant. Now, you have to be specific on this one. I'm not just going to give it to you.
Paranoid billionaire afraid of an immigrant.
Immigrant. Oh boy. That's tough. Afraid.
It's a fairly new movie.
I think I got it. Is it Unicorn Man of Steel?
No, but you're in the right direction.
Oh no, ding! Batman v Superman.
There it is.
Yeah,
you gave me that one there,
Like
Chris. The
Luthor
Purge.
and
That
Man
would
of
be a good
Steel.
one.
There's no fucking Lex Luthor and Man of Steel.
All right.
Ugh.
Well, my thought
Mentally-
was it's Batman paranoid that Superman's gonna like. Once you said Man of Steel, I went, oh no, it's
I didn't even think about that. I'll just always think about billionaire Lex Luthor.
Billionaire Lex Luthor.
All right, there is a number of films that you
He's
can say about
hot.
this one.
And bald.
However, you at least have to get one of these. Now, there's a whole lot of them, as I said. Man-child learns to be an adult.
Man-child learns to be an adult, and there's a whole lot of them.
Yeah, like Unicorn, Old School. Is that one?
It is not on this list, but it. No.
Ding Arthur?
No.
Let's see what chat's got.
Wow.
Chat has Big. Tom Hanks.
No. Wow.
Oh, okay. Chat also threw out Billy Madison as well, but
Billy Madison is one of them.
half point because they already took a guess.
Unicorn, Tommy Boy.
No. Every Adam Sandler movie.
Okay. Yeah. See, I thought it was like a series, like a 9-part series again. It was like Lord of the Rings again. Like,
It is. Every
It's literally every
Adam,
Adam
Unicorn, Big Daddy,
Yeah.
it's Unicorn, all those.
it's even Grown Ups is the same thing.
Yes.
Even Grown Ups. Did they even learn how to be adults in Grown Ups, or are they just still fucking man children? Because
Good
it's
point.
the second Grown Ups.
I just think they're still man children, but they just like being man children. Who knows? All right, this next one, a series of naps.
Oh, Ding
Unicorn
Inception.
Ding, I heard first. Thorny.
But they came out the same way at the same point.
So both of y'all said
Inception.
all right. I'm gonna give both of y'all a point on that. Actually, no, I'm just gonna give Thorny because I heard Ding.
No, give both because we both said it at the same time.
All right. Okay. Next one. Ooh, here's a good one. Depressed widowed father teams up with widowed father teams up with a mentally challenged woman to find his disabled son.
Oh, Unicorn, Finding Nemo.
Yes, it is.
That one took a second.
Right there.
That
Ding,
is so
ding,
great.
ding.
That is such a apt description of that movie.
Yeah.
Like some of these are bad descriptions. Like some of these are bad, but that
Well,
was
that was
really spot on.
All right, so this one right here. Father reunites with long lost son and wants him to take over the family business. This one's tough.
Father reunites with long lost son
And wants him to take over the family business.
Unicorn, Empire Strikes Back.
Oh my God, I can't believe you fucking got that. Wow. I am honest to God fucking impressed that you got that. Yeah, that was a
I just
shotgun
sniped that
just
one, but that
fucking
was-
peppered. My God.
Chat says Tommy Boy.
I almost said
Same movie, guys.
All right.
movie. It's the same transposed plot.
A young boy
Tommy,
discovers
This
that
is
having
ringing
hard
bells.
wood in your hand can lead to all sorts of magic.
Wait, what?
A young boy discovers that having hard wood in your hand can lead to all sorts of magic.
I've never seen this movie because I don't want to get an FBI fucking letter in the mail, so I'm not really too sure about this one.
I feel like this is
Unicorn, Indian in the Cupboard.
No.
I was thinking that
that's good,
too.
That's a good guess, though, but no.
Yeah. Ding, I want to say it's Harry Potter again.
It is Harry Potter.
Yay. Oh, chat had it before me, though.
Double Potter.
Chat put it before
Chat
me.
before you. Give it
Yep.
to the chat. Jump into
Yeah,
the chat.
give it to the
coming in
chat.
strong. Hit the
Right.
ooh, slam it in for the chat.
We got about 6 or 7 more minutes that we realistically can use for this. How many more do y'all want to do? Because I've got a number of other good ones.
Let's keep them coming.
Let's keep them going.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
got a few minutes. Let's keep them coming.
All right. Let's go with this
Speaking
next
of
one.
hardwood in hand.
So right now, the chat is sitting at 4, but since y'all are playing, Thorny's sitting at 6 and Chris is at 9.
Ooh.
Chat's at 4. This next one,
I've seen too many movies.
So chat's hanging in there good for being on a 15-second delay.
no kidding.
Like,
So
all right.
this one is billions of dollars in subsidies for a potato farmer.
Ding,
Oh.
The Martian.
My God, he got it.
I haven't seen
Never
it, but
seen that movie.
all I could think of it was I was like, what would cost a lot of money? And I was like, oh, he grows crops on the Mars.
You want a half bonus point to guess who actually made the film?
What's his face from Happy Days?
No, Ridley Scott. Oh, good try.
Ridley Scott,
Scott movie, yeah,
Howard,
that's a
other
Ridley
guy. You know.
All right,
Ron
this
Howard.
one.
Thank you.
I if y'all get this one, I might give you 2 points for this one.
Okay.
Bullied kid with birth defect proves people are only nice to you when they need something.
Jesus.
Ding.
God, there's a lot of movies.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
No.
Damn.
What you got, Chris?
Oh man. Birth defect. Bullied kid with birth defect.
Bullied kid with birth defect proves people are only nice to you when they need something.
The chat says Gattaca.
The chat is wrong.
Damn. I was really hoping that was it. And you were just like surprised.
I don't have a guess. I don't. Wow.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, 1964.
Oh yeah, they are an asshole to him in the first half of that movie.
They are such assholes.
Yeah, like the story that we remember is just Rudolph pulls the sleigh. We forget that, like in the beginning, they're like, "No, fuck you."
Yeah. No. They screwed him completely over. All right, this one, this may be. I'm kind of debating whether or not I should actually read this one, but I'm going to do it anyways. Cancer survivor never loses his sense of humor.
Oh, Unicorn Deadpool.
Yes, sir.
Oh wow! Didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah, that's fucking fantastic. Yeah,
Well
that's such a good
done.
movie. Cannot wait for him to appear in the MCU.
Right. Here's another one. Woman abandons all her standards to win back a horny teenager with greasy hair.
Unicorn Grease.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Did not see that coming.
My wow. My
Guess Caillou.
second favorite musical.
Going back to Deadpool, chat said I was gonna guess Caillou. That shit has me rolling right now. Unicorn is his ring-in buzzer, chat. Like mine's ding is Unicorn. Caillou is a cancer survivor that never loses his sense of humor. That's so fucked up.
Wow.
And it's a kid's show. Okay.
Who is the
All
chat? Right.
We got Pika and On the Rise Productions tonight. Playing for chat.
Okay, right on.
All right, here's what we've got right now. And you have to get this one absolutely right. 100%. Handsome mercenary who owns a pet bear intervenes to stop incest between a brother and a sister.
Handsome mercenary who owns a pet bear intervenes to stop incest between a brother and a sister. Chat says Star Wars.
Which one?
The second one.
You have to.
I already said Empire Strikes Back. They kissed in that one. Who knows the incest already happened? I'm gonna say A New Hope.
Well, it is still Empire. So
none of us got a full point there. Episode 5.
I think this list messed that up. So I'm gonna count both of y'all on that one because I think
chat and Chris get points.
Think they boned in Empire?
The chat gets points.
I think they boned in Empire.
Yeah, they
think it was off screen.
Yeah, they fucked this one up. Here's a good one.
I don't know. I don't want to think about that, honestly.
A billionaire devotes his fortune to cosplay and beating up the mentally ill.
Oh, no, hold up.
Unicorn Batman.
Which one?
I mean, any of
Unicorn, The Dark
them?
Knight.
The Dark Knight it is.
Let's say any
You're
of them,
right.
technically.
I like any Batman.
Super
Thorny, you're
Batman.
like Chris walk all over you
That
right
is-
Dude, I am lost on some of these. Like that one, I was like, I was about to say Iron Man. I was like, wait, doesn't beat up the mentally challenged.
now. All right,
yeah, they all seem to be mentally competent in that fight Iron Man, right?
here you go. This I don't think you're gonna get this one. I really don't. This is a very famous movie, but I don't think you're gonna get it. Illegal immigrant is chased by the feds.
Illegal immigrants chased by the feds.
Oh, I
God.
said it before. Unicorn, E.T.
My God, you did get
Yeah,
it.
There you go.
I said it before. I've never seen E.T. I am a
You've
grown
never seen E.T.?
adult, and I've never seen E.T. I believe it's boring.
It is boring.
That's my belief.
I
in
fall
E.T..
asleep anytime
Yeah,
I try to watch
believe-
that movie.
All right, here's another one. I can't believe you got that one. Everyone dies.
Everyone dies. Everyone dies?
Everyone dies.
Cabin, a unicorn, cabin in the woods.
No.
No, because not everybody dies.
I thought everyone died in cabin. in the
Chat
Woods.
says Apocalypse Now.
I'm gonna give the other person in the chat a chance to guess.
Chat,
But
'cause I've got,
Apocalypse Now is not right.
damn. Trying to think. Everyone dies. Everyone dies. Everyone dies. I've got nothing for this. I'm trying to, because I've heard this before.
You're gonna feel really stupid whenever I say it.
11-11, make a wish.
Woohoo!
Blowjob. What?
I've gone over my time, but I can keep going through a couple more of these if you want.
Nope. There you
That's
said
what you
Cabin
all-
in the Woods. Wasn't correct. I don't know. So chat doesn't got it either. Let's see.
All right.
What's the answer?
Les Miserables.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. Never seen it though. Never really
Oh.
got it.
All right,
Good
I'm
old
gonna
Les
do,
Mis.
Means
I'm
everything
gonna do
sucked as
3.
well.
I started a dream. That's not the song at all.
Why do I have to sing everything? Like I
Because
hate
it's
to
a
diverge, but
musical.
Fuck musicals where they gotta sing everything. No, everything doesn't have to be fucking sung. That is not right. No one does that in real fucking life. I don't need blah, 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 every fucking thing sung. Like God, that bothers me so much.
All right, I'm gonna do 3 more for you guys.
Sweeney Todd's a horrible movie. Go ahead.
All right. Sweeney Todd. I've actually never watched Sweeney Todd.
Don't.
But
It's
I
horrible.
promise- Don't.
No. It's Tim
All right,
Burton,
I
but it's not Tim Burton, I think. It's like almost
Hmm.
Tim. I don't know. It was pretty bad.
See, I always thought like it was something close to Edward Scissorhands.
Well, the movie
No,
aspect is
no.
they do really weird kind of like that. You know, they make it dark and unnecessary, but the actual play is
It
great.
looks like Edward Scissorhands,
Yeah.
but it's not Edward Scissorhands.
All right, here we go. Small
hate-
town
that's not
doctor
true.
brings 3 people closer together.
Small town doctor brings
You
3
get
people.
2 points
closer
for this
together.
one. Small town doctor brings 3 people closer together.
Unicorn, the human centipede.
Oh
Yes,
God
sir.
damn it! That's gross. No, it's not a porn. You don't want
Yes,
to watch it,
sir.
chat.
I
Never.
can't believe you got that one. Actually, you get 2 points for that. I only put
I
down 1.
was
You get
I
2
was
for that.
trending that way, but I was like, I don't know what movie they stitch people together. I try to keep that movie out of my mind.
All right.
I tried. I will never watch that. No.
So this one, there's 2 movies that I think actually fall in the same realm. So you guess either one, you get 1 point. If you can guess both of them, you get 2 points. A depressed office
Okay.
worker joins a cult and destabilizes the government.
Ding, Fight Club.
That's
Nice.
1.
And the second one would be
Oh, Unicorn,
No,
the Matrix.
no, it's still on Thorny. He
I mean,
still has-
I don't have it.
Oh,
Let
okay.
him have it. I don't have
All
it.
right. So Thorny gets at least
Yeah.
1.
Mm-hmm.
What you got? Chris.
The Matrix.
And the Matrix is the other one.
Yeah.
All righty.
Could Could you imagine Will Smith as that office worker? I think that it alone at the beginning of that scene, with it not being Keanu Reeves and it being Will Smith in the office worker outfit and whatnot, would have completely thrown it off, and the disbelief would have been right there. So good job on them picking Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. All right. Here's the last one that I'm going to do because we're definitely running out of time. And this one, we'll see. A divorced man discovers he is trans and loses custody of his children.
Unicorn, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh,
You
damn
got
it.
that one fucking right. Unbelievable, Chris. Dude, you are just owning this game.
I was going to say 13 again, and I was like, no, he doesn't trans. He just gets young.
All right, that is the end of this game because we are sitting well above my my allotted time limit.
Nice. So what's on deck for the coming up?
Well, actually, first I got to tell y'all that Thorny,
Oh.
you only got 9 points.
That's
Chris
fine.
got 18, and the chat got 5. But the chat at least got 5 points.
Hey,
So
they get a good for double disadvantage. Yeah.
I'm proud of the chat. I'm proud of the chat.
Double
Chris,
dose
however,
on
just
the
says
chat
watch
right
way too many
there.
movies.
Well, some of those I haven't even watched. I think God, that just worked with my mind. I don't know why. Can't explain it, but for somehow the way those described, everything just locked into the way I think about things. So maybe I think about movies in just a weird way. I also think about music in pretty odd ways, and I love what I love, and I really love Sick Drug, and that is our next band we'll be playing on the Zaboys podcast here on Deep Dallas Radio on Monday nights and on Twitch TV /Zaboys_podcast. If you like us on Twitter, you like us on Instagram, you can have a lot of fun with us there too. This song is called Zombie. So we will walk like the dead to our next break. We'll be riffing on the news after this. So stay tuned.
In your head.
And we're clear.
I don't think it's but it
No,
might.
Everything's zombie.
I just had to do that, even though it fucking killed the cut. I had to do it.
Well,
Okay.
it's okay. I can cut it out if it doesn't matter. it was
That was good.
distance up. Yeah. Y'all like that game?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yes.
Next, you'll have to do with like books or something.
Yeah,
That might be hard. Books would
Y'all
be
wanna-
hard because there's so many books none of us have read.
Just for shits and giggles, here's another one. An alcoholic orphan and his boss burned down his family home.
An alcoholic orphan and his boss burned down his family home.
I'm almost done with the list. I debated just saying let's finish it, but I realized I was way over time.
Discworld books. I have no idea. Alcoholic orphan and his boss burned down his family home.
Skyfall,
know this
James
one.
Bond.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Oh, okay.
And then
You're the biggest
yeah,
Bond
that-
fan
that
here,
actually
though.
makes
So
here's this is just such a good little bit. I'm just gonna ruin all these for you. Then I'll find some other ones to do for another segment. But an emo teen can't live up to her grandfather's legacy and takes it out on her dad.
Karate Kid 2.
No.
It's Birdman?
No.
No.
No, that's what you said. Oh, it's the Star Wars. It's the fucking, right? It's the,
Yeah, it is Star Wars.
which one? I guess it's the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, the last one. Yeah. Rise of Sky. Yeah.
Takes
yeah.
it out on her dad. I
Yeah.
gotta skip that one. This one is too.
Kick Ass would be a good answer for that, actually.
Actually, Kick Ass would be a really good answer for that one as well.
Mm.
But this one, I don't think this one's very good. But cultural appropriation in space.
Star Trek.
Super Troopers.
No.
Not Super Troopers. Starship Troopers.
No.
Cultural
Avatar for some fucking reason.
No.
But
Oh
And-
no, because it's like Dances with Wolves in space.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, and it's also like Pocahontas in space, but there's a whole
Yeah.
lot of. All right, this one. A dad has to go pick up his daughter.
That's so fucking vague.
Dad has to go pick up his.
It's
daughter.
taken.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I'm not gonna do
Well,
that.
yeah,
one.
Chad got that one actually. They said taken right before you said it.
Chat got it. All
Yeah.
right.
Did not.
Ooh, this one was actually funny too. For one that we've already guessed on. Boy runs away from home, joins gang, then gets beat up by a girl who collects trash. This is one that y'all already guessed.
That's
Wally.
that's the Force Awakens.
Yes, it is. uh,
Wait, is it Wally or Force Awakens?
it's the Force Awakens. It's not Wally.
No, Wally would
Okay.
be.
Wally is on this list somewhere, but I haven't found it yet. Ooh, here's a good one. A beautiful princess gets catfished.
Princess Bride?
Oh, Beauty and the Beast.
No, Aladdin.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Oh yeah, okay.
This one's pretty terrible.
Beauty
Man,
and the Beast. That's coming up a lot lately.
Here's a bad one.
Mhm.
I mean, this one's not that terrible. I've got like 5 more. I just want to get through all these just because they're really fucking funny, in my opinion. I'm skipping over some of them. But man builds house, bangs average girl till ex comes back before her Alzheimer's kicks in.
Oh, The Notebook.
Yes, it is The Notebook.
Bangs average girl until his wife comes back. Their Alzheimer's kicks. That's so fucked up.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking terrible.
Great movie, though.
All right, here's the last one. And this is also one that we've already guessed. Guy uses his white privilege to become a crime fighting vigilante, and it's offensive.
Batman.
Which one?
Fucking any of them. It's still the same premise in all the movies.
That's a good point.
Right.
I'm going to say the second one.
The Dark Knight, yes.
Oh.
But all right.
There, I finally found it. Jeez. So, okay, the news stories that I'll be going over, like I said, will be the Bill Cosby one and the Britney Spears one. But the crazy thing is, I've been trying to find this tweet by Felisa Richard, which is the old Cosby wife, and it took so long for me to find the bad tweet that she had that she actually deleted, and it took no time to find the nice one making up for what she said, but so
That's
crazy.
PR,
Crazy how
baby.
that can work. Crazy how news stories can get buried.
All right. Do you
Mhm.
need anything
Which I think I'd
specific?
be pretty good at. Okay.
What's the last one?
Just like the what'd you say?
I was asking Will what the last one was, but never mind.
Well, I'm gonna reconnect real quick.
Okay. So Will, what was the last one?
No, y'all. I mean, I already read the last one, and y'all guessed it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it was what the Dark Knight, and then I did one more, I think. But
No, you were going to, and I think Chris came back in.
oh well, then it doesn't matter. I'm jealous of you right now.
Why?
I'm just saying.
It's just Delta 8. It's not that good.
Well, it's better than nothing.
I don't know. It kind of. I shouldn't be doing this. I did a lot of bad habits this weekend. Drank, smoked cigarettes.
I bought a hookah 2 weeks ago.
I know, you told us. I remember. How's that
I've
going
only-
for you?
I've only smoked it 3 times. I've still got all my stuff for the most
I
part.
know it's partially THC. Yeah, I remember back in the day, like smoking hookah like 5 nights out of the week. Jeez.
Oh, I used to smoke that thing every day back in the day.
Yeah. No, I mean, I used to go. What was that hookah lounge over in Arlington? Everyone used to love.
Naras, and then they
Yes.
had shishas,
Mhm.
and then
Naras.
and then there was another one.
Nara's
there's
I
like
would go
3.
to 5 to 7 times a week, which was not cheap. Now that I look back on it, And then I got out of it
Oh.
before shishas and all that shit became popular. But I know people who were like, no, this isn't the place anymore. Now you got to go over here. And it's like, yeah, I'm okay. I realize that we're sitting in a Middle Eastern restaurant smoking for 4 to 5 hours a night. What the hell? There's so much more we could be doing.
Well, I want to say Nara's like they messed themselves up because they redid the front of the restaurant with all that glass. It was like, why didn't you just leave it the way it was? Like, and they could have kept their prices down. I think they raised their prices specifically because they had to pay for whatever they did to the front of the building.
Yep. Well, you remodel, it ain't cheap, and
Yeah.
the expenses of that place were already insane. I think we lost Chris again.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was I don't know. It was just not it wasn't a healthy thing to be doing. I was only doing it because it was like the only way I knew how to meet girls was I knew the waiters up there, I knew all the waitresses, so I could just roam the restaurant and do whatever the fuck I wanted to and walk up to like any table and just hang out. And I was doing all my stupid pickup artist shit back then. So I was like practicing that there and was like, oh yeah. Hey.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't work.
You'd be surprised. It can, but it's not good. It's sleazy shit.
Well, of course it's sleazy.
Granted, the entire system only exists so to help guys build up their confidence and egos enough to where they stop using it and can just fucking learn how to talk to people. But, you know, it doesn't quite work because when you're faking it, you don't actually eventually make it. You just keep faking it.
It just doesn't work. In my opinion, it just doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean, I get where you're coming from.
All right. We may have lost Frozen. Cat Daddy.
Cat Daddy. Can you hear us, Chris?
Is Cat Daddy there? We see his eyes moving.
Yeah.
That was creepy. Like your eyes were barely moving. The rest of you
I'm here, but my internet connection's really.
Yeah, it's kind of low, but see, say something.
And you guys are coming in funky, so it's gonna be hard to interact. Let me do something else again. Hold on real quick.
Okay, no worries. We're just chilling.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. What was I don't know who sings that fucking song.
Oh, I don't remember either.
I want to say Snow Patrol.
No, it's not Snow Patrol. I'm gonna look it up right.
Trio, 3 days, not 3 days grace. They were the I hate everything. Yeah. No, he's on Wi-Fi. That's why it's not so good. Say something. It's not Yellow Card. I tray you. Might be the Used. Maybe not.
I found the song, but it doesn't have the damn name of the person. All right. It's let me back up. It's this one though, and since we're just streaming and we're not recording, I don't feel bad doing this.
You're good.
But
Everything
it's this
about what
song.
band? What? I know it works better if you're on physical wires, but I'm not sure if you have a modem to plug into that's close. We can see you moving. Yeah, you're moving pretty good.
I'm giving up on you.
This is the song, though, right?
Yeah, this is the song.
I'll be
okay. Cool. 4 to 5 connectivity.
Yeah. Kill it and let's go.
Connectivity.
Weird shit comes up during the breaks, man.
It does. It does.
I don't even know
Thorny, throw it into me.
Say what?
And throw it into me. Kind of like you're throwing it into a news desk. So
okay.
That's really the only thing. And then we'll put in some news stuff.
You want the news stuff? You want the news music for this one? All right.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Hit it.
Welcome back to Zaboys News with your host, Chris the Positive C. Chris, what do you got for us
It
today?
is cat daddy time here on Riffing on the News. Yes, it is time for us to go once again through the internet and find out what everyone's been talking about. I, I don't know how to get into this funny. I don't, because the Riffing on the News today is going to be a little different, because the past couple of times we've had some fun with things and whatnot, some serious subjects, semi-serious actually. This is kind of a serious subject because Bill Cosby is a free man. He is an absolute free as a whistle man. As of a couple of days ago, I think 3 or 4 days ago, he was released, and his conviction was overturned on a technicality. Has the former prosecuting attorney said that he cannot be convicted and tried for the criminal action because of something that happened in the civil case, because of an agreement they had during the civil case of incriminating himself. So yeah, that happened. He got released on a technicality after being convicted of 3 counts of sexual assault. That was 3 of like 60, I believe, women who had come forward and said that he had done this, drugged and sexually assaulted them over the years.
60?
So that has been one of the biggest, yeah, like 60 women.
Wow.
An
60.
incredible number. Yeah, it's not just a couple.
Yeah.
Will, I'm gonna need you to cue that song back up because
Kind of
I'm
makes
giving
you
up. Yeah, giving up on the justice system here.
All right.
it's insane. I got a question for you guys. Like, so we've had over the past couple of years these, rallies and calls for the justice system to be equal when it comes to people of color.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill Cosby is actually calling this a victory for not only people of color, but for all people of all races and whatnot. His people are calling it a victory for Black people. Do you find this to be something that a minority community should be latching on to as something positive?
No, I think this should just be somebody who has actually, like, if everybody is saying, like, here's what happened, it doesn't matter what his color is or what his race is. It's not a victory at all. Like, the guy obviously did something.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I have a hard time saying stuff because I understand that, and this is gonna sound strange, but I'm a white person. Right now, it's very difficult for a white person.
Whoa, that's really weird,
breaking
man.
news.
Don't say that shit.
I'm just saying I'm not allowed to say a whole lot.
Well, you're saying that with the way that the world is changing, if you open your mouth, you're either instantly considered like labeled, oh, you aren't an ally, or you end up saying something that just gets thrown the wrong way. So I get what your worry is, but no, this should not be a victory. I don't care, what race, gender, sexuality, anything you are. Like the idea of, hey, we found this guy guilty of doing this, but on a technicality, he now says that it's a victory. Like, no, that's not. The victory was the fact that people started calling you out on this shit and you got put in jail for it. Like, sex,
Which is what I
celebrity
think.
or not, being a sex predator is not a fucking good thing.
No, and with his conviction being overturned, he doesn't even have to, apply as a sexual predator. Like, he's basically cleared of these charges, which is just amazing when you break down what actually happened in the case, and when you read into it. And I suggest everyone go read the initial cases in, I think it's 2008, I believe, was one of the first ones that really come up. Read about those, and read the civil cases that came up afterwards, and the actual stuff that Cosby said about what happened those nights and why that evidence convicted him. Like, that whole bit of what he said was one of the reasons he got convicted in the first place. But because of this deal he had with the former DA, he can't be convicted. And it took up to the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania to overturn this. So this is a precedent set now. So now we have this idea of what can the law actually protect us from, because these women came forward and it did what's really hard for a lot of people who suffer through this to do, which is actually point out their abuser and made it known. And so now it's like, well, yeah, you guys did that, good job on that, but we don't really care about that. We more care about upholding this really niche part of the law.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel protected by the law because of this?
Well, how do I phrase this?
That's a very interesting question to put out there.
I mean, if it were me versus Bill Cosby, no, the law would probably not be on my side, because he has a lot of money and he's a celebrity. Now, me versus random Joe on the street, probably, but at the same time, I try to like go about my life not having to worry about going to court with anybody or dealing with the law.
Well, that's the whole point for
Right.
the most part. But
Well, you would think that.
I don't know. That's just ask the question again, just because I've got a
Because I just to say, I don't necessarily always feel protected by the law, and not even like when it comes to being a black guy versus the cops, whatever. I just think that in multiple situations we have seen that in the right way, if stuff said the right way, or pointed in the right direction, that your actual protection when it comes to what the law does is really thin. It's super thin. Like, you could have something happen to you, very bad, and report it, go through the proper channels, and still have the whatever justice you felt needed to come not happen because of deals and because of handshakes and people admitting to some things but not other things. So how is that actually protecting me? That doesn't protect me. That actually makes things a little bit harder, because now I have to figure out, what do I really need to tell the law to have what I like. People steal someone's car. Like, they always say, well, good luck almost on that, because they'll never find your car. So they're not really protecting me with that. They're just more kind of there to be I have to report it to somebody, basically. It's bureaucracy more than actually protection when it comes to the law, I think.
Very true. Very, very true. Like I was saying, it's a money thing, really. Like, the more money somebody has, the easier, the better the lawyers they can buy, the better they can pay off this court, the better they can work the system.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's scary to think of, like,
they find people who know how to talk better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And remember more. That's the other thing about some lawyers. Like, they also remember, like, those little loopholes.
Yeah.
That they're
No,
like,
they have somebody write those down. They don't remember them. They have somebody writing those down.
Yeah, they're paralegals or whatever that are sitting around doing nothing but writing all the loopholes and shit like that. So yeah, it's incredible that this happened. It's crazy that evidence. Apparently he could be retried again. So that's good news. He could totally be retried for these crimes and maybe put in prison once again after serving. He served 3 years of the sentence. I think it was going to be like up to 10. But none of the evidence in the civil case can be used in that trial. So basically, it's a blank slate when it comes to how the prosecutors will go about it. And
they have to find new evidence.
Right, you have to find new evidence, new ways to word things, new people maybe to come forward, and it's like that. This case was one of the first, really big punches thrown in the Me Too movement, and has crazy and as maybe I think I can't say overblown, but it oversaturated as that hashtag became. It became more or less of a movement and more of, a lot of finger pointing, and kind of lost what it really was supposed to be about. But this was like one of the first ones where it was like, yes, let's get these guys who are doing this bad thing out of here. And now it's erased. So what do you think that does to the movement? Does it need to get fired back up again in a more direct way? Like, is it dead? Did this kill Me Too? Because now one of the perpetrators that everyone was so happy was
What
gone
started it,
is
kicked it
back,
off almost.
It's back free. Yeah, him and Weinstein, basically. Yeah. Thanks, Hannibal Buress, for bringing it to everyone's attention.
Yeah, I don't think it kills it. I still think it's out there now. I think that it's a thing, and it needs to be out there, like 100%. I back it. Like I said, there's too many times in this world, in this life, where people get sexually harassed and they aren't taken serious about it because we're just, we stepped under rugs for so long. But like I said, it doesn't kill that movement. If anything, it probably probably reignites it after this happens, you know, because we're in that world right now where social justice is a big thing. So I see this kind of like gas on the fire almost.
No, I can agree with that. I hope so.
I just haven't seen a hashtag Me Too in quite a while.
Well,
so this may change that, but I haven't seen one in quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, this is it'll probably be back on social media. One of the people that should have stayed off of social media during this whole thing is Felicia Richard. She is the person who played Claire Huxtable on the Cosby Show back in the day. My wife Claire, with the Jello pudding. Apparently, Bill never slipped anything in her drink. But she came out with a tweet on the day he was released, and it was kind of tone deaf because it said "finally" in all caps. And like 4 exclamation points. A terrible wrong is being righted. A miscarriage of justice is corrected. She tweeted that the university where she's the dean of, which is Howard University, disavowed that tweet. They have a zero tolerance policy when it comes to sexual harassment. She came out with a little apology tweet, and Janet Hubert, the Aunt Viv from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, came out and basically kind of outed what I think a lot of people knew anyway, is that people in the entertainment industry always knew that this was going on.
Yeah.
And said nothing about it. Because in her tweet, she basically said, we knew what he was doing back in the day and we didn't say anything about it. It's incredible that this man was able to do this for so long, and that the entertainment industry swept it under for so long. And even these females, these women in the industry that I guess weren't affected like personally by it, it had knowledge of it. So
Yeah.
I mean, what does that do to your thought about this case?
I mean, I get why they didn't come forward. It's, back when those shows were airing, it was still 90s, and 80s. So it was much easier to ruin the woman's career and just say, oh, yeah, she's making stuff up. We can't lose our star. So, yeah, like I get why they didn't come forward, but it makes this case even worse, the fact that he's getting out, and there are people who now even who worked with them or were close to him who come out saying like, yeah, we it was a thing he did. It's like, doesn't make it good, people. Just because you can't just be like, it's what he did.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it was right.
All right, guys, and we got one more. So this is the opposite spectrum of someone being freed by the justice system, probably not rightly. We have someone who is being squeezed by the justice system a little bit more because of, I have really no idea, because Britney Spears is not being allowed to take control of her own life at all. Her LA judge denied the removal of Britney Spears' father, Jamie Spears, as co-conservator of her estate, meaning he has control over pretty much everything this woman does. He has had this control since 2008. This is a strange.
Why he has it is,
because she was a celebrity actress.
Yeah,
well, she started off as a celebrity entertainer, I should say.
All right.
if you start working under the age of 18, you have to have a parent still be involved in your career until you turn 18. At 18, they're supposed to be able to sign that stuff over. But he had a whole thing where he was like, nah, she's not mentally stable. She can't handle this. And so he just held on to it. And basically, the story out there is that he basically kept her like a captive or like a slave to him, pretty much.
Just
there was a lot of
just
let her live her life.
Let her live her life. If she wants to waste all that fucking money, let her do it.
It's not even like
who cares?
wasting the money. This is a like it goes deeper. Like she's not allowed to have like certain amount of children. Like there's all of these like different sorts of limitations on what she can do, who she can see. Like
well, all that needs to go.
It does need to go. But
it needs to go. But
the law is saying that no, this guy still needs to be in charge of this. It's very much legal for this to happen, and it makes me
the girl
wonder,
is older than all of us,
and she's gone through her own mental health battles, which we all have. But like none of us in the public know exactly how she is right now. Like that's up in the air. Like, is she okay? Is she not okay? Is she mentally stable? Like, I am one of the people that admits my mental health issues. I know that with medication, I've become more stable. Is she on medication? Maybe she's good. Maybe she can perform. Is she even performing well? I don't know that at all. I haven't heard anything about Britney Spears performing in a bit. So
I think after her Vegas show ended, she's just been on the DL.
If you have made as much money as she possibly has, you don't have to work ever again. You just have to know how to manage that money. Like it's not that. I mean, I say this because I've never made that much money, but come on. If anybody had, millions of dollars, like seriously, it's
that's kind of the issue here, though. Is her father controls all that money, so the idea is that if she wants out of it, he gets to keep it. I mean, it's like a divorce. He would get a huge chunk of it but to him, that's still not enough because when he controls all of it,
well,
it's
he
not her
needs
money.
to fuck off.
Pretty much.
I agree. And Christina Aguilera has come to her defense. Her sister has come to her defense. It doesn't make any sense why the judge would side in that. There's got to be something going on. I believe some little underhanded fishy money. Yeah, it is. It really is.
It's her money. Let her do what she wants to do with it. She fucking
earned
money,
and I need it now. It's my money.
It's not even as stupid as that. I love those commercials, but it's not even as stupid as that. Like, she just deserves to have her own fucking money. She earned it. She got past 18. She made all that other money after she was, past 18. Like, I'm sorry. That's her money. That's not her dad's money. If her dad has some sort of weird fucking thing going on with that, there should not be anything. Maybe the stuff that whenever she was like 14 all the way up to 18, maybe even 19-ish.
The Disney stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the Disney stuff. Okay, let him have that. But everything else after that, no, that's hers. She should be able to do whatever she wants to do with it.
Goes back to the legal system being fucked.
Get with all that. What's our time here, Will? What do we got?
With the additional music that we're going to be adding, we're sitting probably, let me do some math. We get about 6-7 more minutes. How many
okay, so
I mean, because 6 or 7 more minutes, including the music, is going to give us right there around an hour 30.
Cool. So I just want to speak on God, what is her name now? Sheree Richardson. Oh man, I can't. Olympic sprinter.
That might be it.
The lady that got screwed over because she smoked marijuana.
Yes, Sha'Carri. Not sure. Yeah. Sha'Carri Richardson. Yes. So
let's smoked marijuana. Who
fucking cares? Tiny bit. She smoked pot because her mother had just passed and she was in a legal state where it's okay to smoke pot. Do you think that she should even be suspended for the 30 days that she is going to be suspended and allowed to run? But should this even be a suspension anymore?
No. Well, sports marijuana should not be a
And why not?
suspension anymore.
Well, A, she was in a state that allowed it, and B, why does it matter? It's not like it helps her.
Yeah,
It's
it's not
not like it's
performance
a
enhancing.
steroid. It's not something that's going to help her be better in the Olympics. If anything, it's going to be detrimental.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's not a
The
performance
best thing
enhancing.
about it, and I just
What were you
No.
saying, Thorny?
no. The best thing about it. Oh, you said it was performance enhancer.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah. The only thing I want to end it with this is what Seth Rogen said about it, and he said if smoking weed made you fast, he would be FloJo, and that is one of the greatest Olympic speakers of all time. So yes, I can't imagine Seth Rogen sprinting for anything except for the refrigerator whenever he's got the munchies, which I'm gonna do because I'm hungry right now. I'm also hungry for new music, new music, and this isn't exactly new, but the artist is pretty new. This is a Circumvent. His name is Chris Lane. He's actually going to be producing my solo project stuff. So take a listen to this. This song is called A New Beginning, and we will begin anew next couple of weeks for more Zaboys podcast. That's right, here on the Twitch stream, as you see me bobbing my head as I think of things to say on Deep Dallas Radio at 8 p.m. every other Monday. You can hear sometimes do pretty funny interviews. You can also listen to me on the Good Game podcast at some points in times too. We'll be back on that as soon as Jaron gets himself a nice good microphone. I've been positive, C. Jimmy the Brain Box Thornquist, the dude, is over there.
Yeah.
Will Violator Shotwell say goodbye. I've been a cat daddy. You guys have been great. We'll see you next time. Manawia.
Stay golden, pony boy.
Monowia. I fucking forgot about Monowia. My God.
Yeah,
What a
you
great
said it, and I
throwback right
had to
there.
fucking trigger, and I was like, oh, for old time's sake, we got to follow it up.
Damn.
Yep.
Oh, I fucking forgot about that one. Oh shit.
Gotta let DWB know we gave him a little shout out on that one.
No, I was the one that found out about that term.
Oh, you came up with that one?
No,
Oh.
because whenever I was working at someplace else, whenever I was the bartender over there was a group of Samoan people, like a family, or damn it, I can't remember their names. I really fucking should. I feel awful that I can't remember their names. But they were Samoans, and then they taught me like that's the way to say cheers. But in
Swahili,
no, not Swahili.
Samoan,
Whatever language I can't remember.
Simoleon,
I don't know what language that they speak, but I mean,
Samoans.
Monowia. It may just straight up be Samoan.
Dutch,
It's not Dutch.
French,
I know for a fact it's not Dutch.
Russian.
But either way, like they used to come over to someplace else, and they taught me Monowia, and so that's how it got brought in.
Nice.
All right,
It's
Chris,
Chinese.
did you send all of those tracks to the?
They are all in our email.
They're all in the email. Okay.
Oh no, they're in my
All
email. I will
in
send it to you guys. They're in my email.
Because I can't
I'll
can't
forward
add
those
them
to
unless
you,
I have them.
right now, as soon as I respond to my boss.
Can't add 'em unless you have 'em. You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away.
I guess who is still in first?
You? Easy guess. Look at that. Bam.
I've got to maintain my position.
Gotta count your blessings.
I've got a guy 80 points behind me, so I got to make sure that I
keep
get
playing.
in front of him.
Going tomorrow night then, huh?
Well, I have to, because if I don't, then if the
Mm-hmm.
other guy shows up, the odds are that he'll catch me. Now, if he doesn't show up tomorrow, then I'm definitely in good position.
And catch you with your pants down, bent
Well,
over, touching your pecker, taking a pee. He's gonna sneak up
that's only
behind
if I
you.
don't. That's only if I don't show up. But I have to show up. If I show up tomorrow, then I can actually maintain my position. If I don't show up tomorrow and he does, I'm boned.
Yeah. He's gonna bone you right there when he sneaks up behind your pants down.
And Strabone.
He's gonna bend you on over, man, just bone you in the backside.
Okay, I'm sending the music to you, Will.
Alrighty.
And then I will bid you fellows adieu. I have taken my medicine. Good job today. Yeah, good job today. I liked it. I like today's show. I thought that was pretty fun.
Cool.
I thought that was good game. Great game.
You liked it?
Like fantastic. Yeah, that was
fun.
fun. That sounded good.
There are
It was
hundreds.
quick moving.
There are hundreds of those out there, man. I mean, that
Yeah,
could
and I
be
like
just
the
a
fact-
regular, like
Always ask for consent.
if we can't figure out how, like if we can't figure out a segment, I can pull up all kinds of bullshit, like with terribly, written plot lines for famous movies. I can find those any day of the week. There's hundreds and hundreds of them.
Yeah,
So-
we can make that a regular thing too.
Yeah. And I mean,
I'll try to come up with a game for next time.
okay.
If you don't, I got one.
Thorny hadn't done a game in a while.
Okay. No, you go ahead. If you got one, Thorny, then go ahead and do it. I don't have one even prepared, so.
I'll have to put it together. But
Yeah, but if you got an
General
idea,
idea.
like
I'm going.
what?
Do you guys have any interviews that you want to reach out to, or do you guys want me to reach out to one of the wrestlers?
I've got to talk to Ted McKay one more time, but
Yeah.
let me. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll reach out to him because he said Mondays are the best time for just to be able to chit chat,
Mhm.
and then I'll talk to him and see whenever we can actually schedule
I
something.
can't hear you, Will.
Okay, so can you hear me now? I'm the can you hear me now guy. Can anybody?
I mean, it's my internet connection.
I can hear you though.
Well, there's always the text. We can always go through that.
It's
Okay.
fine. Yeah, you can. I can't hear you at all. It's
You
like.
Can you hear Thorny?
Go through the chat. We'll do it that way.
All right. Well, Thorny, then you translate.
Yes, that'll be better.
Will said he's going to talk to Ken McKay one more
All right,
time.
I'm gonna head out. I love you guys.
See you later, man. Have a good
He's
night.
way behind. All right. Love you, bro. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah. It's all good.
And I don't know what happened to him, but he froze.
It's all good.
Okay.
Man.
I'm going to talk to Ted McKay tomorrow and see if we can do an interview with him because I mean he was a big star, kind of doing stuff on 92.5, and then other stuff even before that,
Yeah.
like on different radio
He'll
stations.
be a good interview. I've got ideas to reach out to people, but they're long shots, man, and so
Yeah, just reach out to him just to see.
I gotta figure out how to reach out to them. I guess our goal is to do Texas-based interviews, like people from Texas that are doing things.
Well, it's not a bad way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it just keeps to the theme, but at the same time, if we got someone like just astronomically huge, I think it'd be like, oh shit, that's cool. Got to do that. Who cares where they're from, man? I mean, I don't know about you, man, but it's not easy.
I'm just going for anybody who's willing to talk to us.
There you go.
So, I mean, honestly, Chris got us the biggest one with Cat Bell. Like that's
Yeah.
the biggest interview we've honestly had.
All you can do is keep trying for that kind of stuff and aim a little higher and build a name and hopefully have people listening and watching. And I don't know, I think how long have we been in this? 9 episodes?
This is the 9th.
We can do 4 a month. Yeah, we're
No,
not
we do
there
2 a
yet.
month.
2 a month, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit, we're past quarter. Wow, we've done this for a full quarter already.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we should probably do a quarterly like game plan, but honestly, I know how those usually go, so I'm okay with saying fuck that.
Well, let's look at it this way. None of us have, all three of us have never been in the same place since
Yeah,
we started this.
yeah, I know. Since we started again, everything we've done everything through just the web, and we're like, I'm trying to think when's the last time I saw Chris in person.
I haven't seen him since pre-COVID.
No, I think he came out to Daniel and Catherine's one night during COVID for a fire night for a little bit. I don't think so.
No.
I feel like there was something he swung by for. Yeah, football. He came for the wrap party for football, for fantasy
Yeah, but
football.
that was still pre-COVID.
No, it wasn't. That was during COVID. The season, because remember the season was all wonky and stupid and shitty. And we were like, this is an asterisk season because half the teams are sick. Games were getting scheduled, like Thursday night games were getting rescheduled for like Tuesdays and stuff.
I guess that's right. But that was like at the very, very, very beginning of it, though.
Yeah. It was early in still. Because COVID started March-ish, and football goes through.
It goes through about February.
Yeah, Super Bowl's in February, so
It would have been in
No.
August. Whenever,
oh no, it was the mid of COVID then. I can't fucking remember. It fucked with a bunch of shit.
yeah, it's either way. It's been almost a year.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I can either watch Letterkenny or I don't know.
Not a bad show. It's funny. It's different, but it's funny.
You know, starting off, when I watched the first episode, I was like, I don't get the appeal of this show. I was like, I don't understand why everybody loves this show. But then I made myself sit down and keep watching it, and I got
It's how fast the humor and the one-liners come out, because
Yeah.
it's a show of nothing but one-liners
Yeah, it's just banter. Like that's literally all that's ever happening is bantering, drinking, fighting.
and more banter.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's grown on me. Like now, I'm like, oh shit, this show, I get it. Like, this is funny. I totally dig it, and I see the simplicity behind it. And I don't know, it's a little fucked up at times.
Oh yeah, the show is completely fucked up, but it is just one of those, like, you watch it like at the beginning. Like if you where are you right now? Did you start at season 1 or did you skip to like somewhere in the middle?
No, I've gone from season 1 all the way up to where I'm at, which is Wayne. I'm not sure if anyone in the chat's not is watching this and not as close. So I'm gonna say Wayne is engaged, but not for long. That should give you an idea of what I just found out.
Then you're further than I am, unless I haven't been paying that much attention. Are you around season 5?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So has he dating? So is he dating the Quebec girl yet?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So then I'm a little bit ahead of you somehow.
Not by much. I'm
Yeah.
not overly watching the show. I'm just kind of
Mhm.
like, well, I'm bored. I'm going to turn it on. And then sometimes I'll binge it, and then sometimes I'll turn it off for like a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah.
Then I'll eventually like, okay, I guess I'll start watching this again.
Yeah, I'm just binging it because that's how much it took to me. Where I'm like, oh man, like that. Even that TikTok I made today, like I said, it was just kind of a play on that.
Oh,
I was
I
like-
noticed that real quick. Whenever
Yeah.
you did it, I was like, this is a Letterkenny, joke.
Yeah, and that was kind of the thing. Like the photo shoot I did before I ever watched the show, where I did that photo in front of the shed. But then I looked at that photo and went, oh, that's like the same fucking kind of setup. I could run with that.
You know what you need?
Hmm.
You need to get one of the task cam things like what I've got.
Yeah.
That way you can sync the audio with it and have the good audio that like what Chris said.
Yeah.
So you could put the music over it, but the audio, like your vocal audio, is still like prime, and you can adjust it the way you want to.
Yeah, so that kind of stuff on TikTok's hard because
Oh, it's on TikTok. That's right.
yeah, so like their whole platform is, like you do the
It's all
audio.
done on the phone.
Yeah. And so granted you could go to like Premiere and like put together a video and skew it to fit the format and everything and then upload it in. But at that point it's no longer just a quick fun joke. Now it's like you're putting production value in like 7 hours of work to do a 1 minute video. At that point just fucking do a YouTube video instead. Make it 10 to 15 minutes long and actually have some fun with it. That's like that's why I don't polish any of my TikTok stuff, because I'm like, this shouldn't be polished. This should be rough, quick, just silly shit. Like just a quick laugh. That's all. This isn't, because all it is, it's Vine. They just remade
Right.
Vine somehow. And it's like
They
this
didn't
failed
remake
once.
They stole Vine, and then Vine died.
Exactly. Like Vine was like they failed Vine and now TikTok's like, hey, you can do 15, 1 minute or 3 minutes. And you're like, great, thanks.
But it's the same. It's
Mm-hmm.
literally the same thing.
Yeah, it's all it is. And I don't understand. I guess they've broadened it some.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never on Vine. I was never on TikTok. I could fucking care less about TikTok.
Mm-hmm. It's got some good stuff on it though.
Yeah,
Funny
I'm sure
stuff.
it does. But
I
most of the
honestly
TikTok,
would like to
most
get. Go ahead.
I was just saying, most of the TikTok videos that I've ever watched, that they're just shared on Facebook, and I
Yeah.
don't have to download the actual thing.
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
I got the hiccups right now.
It's all good.
There
Well,
we go.
that's the thing. Yeah, the best stuff on TikTok gets shared over to Facebook and Instagram, anyways. So people
Yeah.
still see it. But it's one of those things. Like I would like to get back into doing YouTube stuff, just because I've taken a break from it for so long. But YouTube's one of those things where to make quality stuff, you almost need a team. Like you've got to have the right camera. You've got to be able to get your audio right. And if you are trying to act something out, but you've got a tripod set up, you don't get that good cinematic concept where you can get different angles really well and you can get like moving shots. And
Mhm.
so you end up in a situation where you create these really dry and kind of boring YouTubes. Like,
Well, to be anybody on YouTube now, you almost have to have a professional setup. Like, you can't just be one person in a camera on YouTube anymore,
yeah,
like
I mean,
you used to be able to do back in the day.
yeah, the one camera, cheap webcam talking vlog doesn't work anymore because
No.
all those guys started that, grew big, and now they've got 3 camera setups, professional fucking lighting with, they've got actual studios now.
Look at Smosh, look at Rhett and Link, look
Mhm.
at all of these other big
Fucking
people.
Rooster Teeth is here in Austin, man. Like,
Well, Rooster Teeth also, like, the way they started, they didn't even have, like, they just had
they
nothing
voiced
more than
over.
a microphone that voiced over shit that they recorded on Halo.
Yeah, exactly. They literally just hooked up a recorder to their fucking TVs and then voiced it over and made a show out of it that people liked. And now they do live action stuff, like people doing stuff. They've hired a bunch of different creators to come in and work with them. But it's like, what the hell? Like, that's how big things got. Like when the internet started, who would have told you, record your day-to-day life on a shitty webcam and people are going to love it. Like, nah.
Well, that's not even what it's about anymore. Like, it's just like the internet, and I've been saying this for fucking years, and I mean, people believe me, but I don't think they see how fast it's coming. But the internet is going to take over satellite television. It's going to take
Yeah,
over
already
radio.
has.
It's going to take over. Yeah, I mean, I already know it has.
Yeah.
I mean, we're witnessing it. But I called this 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, even around the time that we really started hanging out, I was saying there's going to be people, or not people. There are going to be like radio stations that are going to be, not doing terrestrial. They're going to
Yeah.
have their own internet thing. And then you're also going to have all of these different like CBS, yeah, PBS, NBC, ABC, all of these different things that they're going to make their own streaming system. What have they done in the past 8 years? I called it 8 fucking years ago. Now,
Oh, I
I'm not
know.
calling myself anything, but I called it. I said it. I said it 8 years ago that that's what's going to happen. We have HBO Max. We've got Netflix going fucking nuts. We've got
Well, that's exactly it. We killed cable by creating Netflix and Hulu, and now everybody's jumped on the game. And if you want to watch a certain show, you've got to get somebody else's streaming package for $7 a month. And so when you own 14 to 15 streaming packages, you're paying the same as a cable bill now.
right. But I called it 8 years ago.
Oh, I know.
That's
Well,
what they were going to do. And then it starts off with a little, $5. $5
Mhm.
a month, not a big deal. And then now you're looking at HBO Max. Oh, in order to get, stuff with uh in order to just watch our stuff, you have to pay $10, but you also still have to watch the ads. You
yeah.
pay $15 to not watch the ads.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they all do it.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, that's how they're making their money. It's like I
Yeah.
still have Hulu with ads, and I looked into it. I was like, okay, how much is it to remove ads? It goes from like $7.99 a month up to like 20, and I was like, well, fuck that. And then I was like, oh, what if I want
Well,
to add Disney Plus? Oh, it's another $7.99 a month on top of it. Oh, if you want to add HBO, it's another 12. If you want to add Showtimes, it's another 12. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, why
well,
would I?
you do the good package with all of that for Disney Plus. You do the Disney Plus package for actually no, here's how you do it. You do it through Hulu, you get the Disney Plus package, and then you also do where you get the HBO package, and then it costs like $30.
Shit. Oh,
Like
I thought it was like
there's
60.
a weird way to be able to set it all up to where you're paying less, but you get all of these different packages.
I
Like
mean,
it's fucking weird. I
it's
don't know
all
how to do it.
good. I personally, there's nothing on HBO I want to watch. So for
Oh, yes,
me,
there is.
I mean, I watched 2 episodes of Game of Thrones.
No, you don't understand what's on HBO Max.
Porn? I don't know.
No, no, there's no porn on HBO Max. But if you were able just to look and see what was on there,
Isn't like Friends on there now? And
oh, it's not about the famous stuff. It's about some of the stuff that you forgot that you really enjoyed.
Animaniacs? That's on Hulu.
And no, there's more. I mean, Animaniacs
I,
is on Hulu, but
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, stuff that I really enjoyed, I usually own on DVD, and I just watch it whenever I want to.
no, come over and hang out, and I'll show you. I'm not selling it to you.
Well,
I straight up am not. But
probably
come
not.
over and just be able to look through what's all on there, and then you'll realize, oh, like it is all gone. Not necessarily HBO, but streaming in general is the thing.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, uh, at this point, you might as well just fucking get back cable or something, because who wants to buy that many streaming services? That's why everybody's
Cable,
sharing them and stealing them.
cable can't give you what streaming services have to offer.
I mean, cable did it for years.
Yeah, they can't do it anymore. They lose to the internet.
Well, yeah, because people want to binge shit now. We've become such a needy group of people where we want everything so instantaneously that we don't want to watch commercials, and we don't want to wait 2 weeks for 3 weeks for an episode. We don't want to, we want to see it all right here, right now.
I'm not
So,
arguing that. I'm
yeah,
just saying if you want to pay for it, this is the way to do it.
I
Now, if you
guess.
don't care about watching stuff on television, then it doesn't matter. Then you're not going to waste your money, which by the way, this is wasting money. I waste money watching television every single goddamn day. I know I do.
Mm,
But if you wanted to watch all these shows that'll give you some nostalgia and shows that you've heard of that you never wanted to see, this is the way to do it. streaming. You're never going to be able to get that using satellite or using cable.
I still can't figure out what the appeal is of what you would or you're thinking of, because like I'm thinking like shows that I watch are on Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus right now, and I'm okay with
What's a
that.
show that you haven't watched in a long time that you would like to go back and rewatch?
I mean, for me right now,
No, just something fun from your childhood that you would like to go back and be like, "Oh, I kind of wish I could go back and watch that."
I honestly can't think of anything right now because
That's because
child.
you haven't looked through.
Well, I
I'm
just my
just
nostalgia
telling you.
falls to things like How I Met Your Mother and Friends and Frasier and Scrubs, and I own all of them, so I can watch them that way. Or if
And you can also find them on streaming services.
yeah,
But again, you also do own them. But
yeah.
how often do you go and watch those on what you own versus on streaming services that you're already paying for?
I mean, Scrubs I did recently just because the Netflix one took a lot of the great songs out of it, so you almost got to watch it on DVD now to make it worthwhile. How I Met Your Mother, I did back when I had COVID. I went through, like when I was sitting at home in quarantine, I watched like 4 seasons of that. The only thing I'm missing is the last season, so I had to go watch that on Hulu, but it's the last season, you know. You don't have to
Yeah,
rush
well, the
through that
last
one.
season sucked.
You know, it really doesn't. If you go back and rewatch it and start to really kind of piece it together, you realize the last season, in its own sense, it's hectic, it's fast paced, and you don't feel like the reason you don't feel like you get anything out of it is because how quickly they rushed the last 2 episodes. Like, you know, we're waiting to see this mother, and finally we get like 45 minutes of screen time for her, and then it's like, wait, what? And then they bring us right back to where we began. You're like, fuck that. But I mean, it's a shitty moral in the end. It's a guy who gets everything that he wants. You know, he gets to eat his cake, or he has his cake, he gets to eat it too, and it's like, man, that's really kind of fucked up. Like,
It kinda is, like, it's he falls in love with a girl, he marries the one that he gets, and then she dies, and then he gets to go back and marry the one that he really wanted to marry at the beginning. That is a fucked up story.
yeah, I mean, at the same time, it's shit that does happen in life. Like, it would really suck to
Yeah,
meet the
but
girl that you love, have a family with her, and she dies like
but
10
what kind of
years
a
in a
story is that to
relationship.
tell?
I mean, what kind of story is it to tell a walk to remember, you know? Like, we tell fucked up
Well,
stories
a
all the
Walk to
time.
Remember story is fucked up too, but that's about high schoolers and somebody who decides to push somebody off of a fucking tower.
That's what I'm saying. We tell fucked up stories all the time. Fucked up stories are the stories that impact us the most, you know? Like,
Yeah, like Titanic.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you think about the shit that really resonates with you as a viewer, it's the fucked up stuff, you know? Like 13 Reasons Why. People loved that show. Atypical. People love that show. And these are fucked up
Atypical.
stories.
I liked Atypical. I didn't understand the fucked up reasoning behind it. Uh, however, what was the other one that
13
13
Reasons
Reasons
Why.
Why? I never watched that. All I heard was the pop culture like haters.
Yeah.
That's all I ever saw. I never actually watched the show.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying then. Think about like Modern Family. Modern Family, or not Modern Family. This Is Us. Sorry, This Is Us is a fucked up story.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's what hits us.
man, This Is Us is a great fucking TV show though.
I
Have
still
you,
haven't
yeah,
watched it.
you still haven't watched it yet at
Nope.
all?
Nope. It's not my cup of tea. If I don't want to sit down and watch a cry session just to feel something. Like, no, to me it's like I don't take my breaks to work up emotions. Like, I don't stop doing things in my life to feel sad about shit or overwhelming. Like,
It doesn't make you just feel. I mean, it does make you
I,
feel sad, but
I'm
it'll make
sure
you
there's
happy
other
too.
But that's what I'm
Like,
saying. I stop what I'm doing to laugh, to enjoy myself for 30 minutes to an hour or so or more.
so you just
Because
enjoy like the being able to laugh part. Like you don't.
yeah, I don't want to feel sadness unless there's something actually sad going on in my life. Like, don't get me wrong, it happens. There are comedies that still have sad moments where I break down and shit. But I don't want to like, I don't want to ritually do that weekly.
Okay, I get that. So you specifically search out to find things that are going to make you feel the way you want to feel.
Yeah, that's why people do drugs, right?
You've never looked to feel something different from what you want to feel.
I mean, when I've gone through a breakup, I've watched sad stuff just to kind of power through
No,
the
because you want
tears.
to feel, that means you want to feel sad
Well, then, at a certain point, you swap to something funny as well. You're like, oh, yeah, I'll watch
because you're sick and tired.
of being sad. So you
You've
want something to
never,
laugh about for a bit.
what I'm asking is you've never watched something that feels the exact opposite of what you think you should feel. When you're feeling happy, watch something sad. If you're feeling something sad, you should watch something happy.
I mean, probably not on purpose, no. Like if I'm feeling happy, I want to continue that feeling.
No, you need to watch something sad sometimes.
I mean, sometimes things sneak in there and they get me. Like there's episodes of great comedies and sitcoms that do that.
I'm just suggesting this as a interesting way to balance, because if you try to keep riding like this is how I feel, keep riding that wave, at some point it peaks and then you hit something else.
And that's when
Now,
you masturbate.
no, but it could be you're riding I'm sad. I'm riding I'm sad, and then all of a sudden I can't feel any more sad, and then that plummets, and then you start riding the happy wave. It keeps going up.
I
Uh,
guess.
sometimes you have to watch whenever you're feeling in a good mood, watch something that's gonna make you feel a little sad, and then when you're feeling a little sad, sometime or you want to feel sad, watch something happy and vice versa. There's a bit of a
It,
balance.
it's a fair idea. I'll give you that. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think I need to be that much more in touch with my emotions.
Well, I'm not saying you should be. I'm just suggesting this is like if you're not sure what to watch, like if you're
Hmm.
feeling bad, maybe sometimes, you instead of finding a film or a TV show that's gonna make you feel in the same realm of your emotions, find something that's gonna be the exact opposite of it to
So
level you out.
go watch something to make yourself angry sometime. Like I don't know. I guess I get it. I get the idea of it. You're saying like therapeutic TV, like keep your emotions in check by doing things. And I get that, but I don't know if it's necessary. I guess is what I'm
I'm not
saying.
saying it's necessary. I'm just making a suggestion. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. This
Yeah.
is this is just what I do. Outside of I don't watch horror films. And now this is where you could probably teach me something, but I don't watch scary movies.
I mean, I don't
O
watch a lot of
outside
scary
of a
movies either.
outside of a handful of a few that they're more thrillers.
Yeah.
I just don't like I mean, I'll watch blood and gore movies too.
No.
My thing that I don't like is I don't want people going, "Wah!" or things
Yeah.
"Wah!" Like, I don't like that.
I'm not a fan of it. I'll give you that. I think the jump scares one of the cheapest things you can do in a horror movie, especially if you fill your movie with them.
Yeah.
I'm more of a build the ambiance, get the music just right, make me think that the killer's one spot, and then have him come out of the other spot, and like,
Or the killer's one person and then
and
it's
it's
actually another one, like,
yes,
that throws something that throws you completely off.
yeah, like the old Freddy Kruegers, the old Jasons, the old Michael Myers, all classics for a reason. The old slasher flicks are there because they're not actually that scary. they're again, they're that adrenaline rush you get out of a haunted house. It's the quick, like, yeah, there is a jump scare, but then there's also like the fear of this dude could really, like, someone could do this, for like Michael Myers. But then you had like the Scream movies that were just greatly written because the idea was that they were a farce on slasher flicks, like they were meta, but then also they had the twist, and you were like, oh shit, didn't see that coming. And so like I said, I don't watch a lot of scary movies. Like, I'm with you. I don't like gore movies. I never saw Hostel. I quit watching Saw after the second one because I was like, this is just getting fucking gross. A Human Centipede to me is the most god awful idea ever. It's a hilarious joke, but it's like it's a great.
Shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's a great punchline for setting up a joke and shit. But it's not something I would ever suggest anyone ever take the time to watch because it's just.
I'm not even gonna
disgusting.
watch it, but I know what it is. Like, I'm never gonna watch that movie.
Yeah,
I could care less about that fucking movie.
Even the fucking poster for that movie just gives me the creeps. Where I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, yeah, I was like, I don't. This sounds fucking. Even the name just fucking. And the name tells you what it is, so that shouldn't be hard to figure out what you're going to see in the movie. But man, it's like, ugh.
You just the little heebie-jeebies right there.
Yeah. We've we've kept the stream up for 3 hours right now. That's pretty good.
Damn, that's not half fucking bad. And we started early.
Yeah, I say most streams people push anywhere from 4 to 8 hours. Some people do 12 to 24s sometimes, but I mean 3 hours for us just shooting the shit, doing the show. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was gonna say we literally have done nothing other than talk.
Yeah, man. So Hooligans was super weird yesterday. Just being back in that building and thinking about like all the things that have happened there, like just talking with the bartender about it. Like I looked up, saw the Abrams Alley sign, and said, "Oh man, like I feel like we had something to do with that." Just you, me, and Joe
did.
sitting out there shooting the shit, making jokes about it, and be like, "What would you call this area?"
I honestly think we did have at least a little bit to do with that because I think we brought up that not necessarily that name straight up, but something around it.
I think we actually just said Abrams Alley at one point. I think we were all playing around with different ideas, and it was like the Abrams alcove or alley on Abrams, and finally we just said, no, Abrams Alley, fuck it. It just rolls right off the tongue. And I'm sure Joe mentioned it to Esty, and Esty probably took it to everyone in that area, and that area probably took it to whoever that guy is, the city that's like trying to revitalize the areas, and they made it happen. But it's like, that's pretty cool. Like, and I was thinking about karaoke nights up there, like when you got on the bar and that chick tried to like slap the mic out of your hand, and
Well, that bitch.
yeah, like I said, I was just thinking about all
She didn't
those
like
stories.
my voice, but that's not what it was about.
Yeah,
It was more, you don't come up here and try to take the mic out of my hand just because you think I suck. Get the fuck out.
exactly. I was thinking about Martin and Serena and Eric and Joe and like just I was like, man, like we spent a lot of time up here, and like
They let us get away with all kinds of stuff too.
yeah,
I mean, like just letting us even do the Speakeasy podcast up there. Like that was fucking cool. Like they were like, "Oh, sure, go sit out there and do, just
run
whatever."
cables everywhere, make a fucking entry hazard, but we don't care. Go ahead, it's completely fine.
Yeah, just and then we would sit there and just invite people to say, "Hey, here we got 2 extra microphones.
Yeah,
Sit and talk."
I'm
Like
saying
that's not something that any other random bar in the world would do.
no,
Like that's only something that would happen at Hooligans.
yep. So it's very very cheersy, and just
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Like it was odd going down memory lane, and then also it still felt the same. I mean, there was no one else there, but it still felt the exact same. But at the same time, it was like, huh, like I don't know. This isn't. It's the same, but it's not the same. Like
I haven't gone out.
Yeah, I think it was weird because you weren't there. Like normally when we'd go, it was always you and me meeting up there, and so I was like the only person there, and I was like, this is not okay. Like usually, if I went up there alone, it was because I was hitting on a bartender. Like if I went up there alone, it was hitting on Ellie, hitting on Serena, hitting on Cagney. Like so, this time it was like, oh, I'm not hitting on the bartender. This feels different. My intention was to go out and hit on a bartender. That's why I went day drinking. Didn't work out.
Yeah, clearly.
It's all good. I just need to get out of the house more and start mingling with people, and I got to push myself to be able to do that alone because when I go with groups, I don't do it. And if I
At some point, I'd like to go back out there again. I need to
Mhm.
because yeah, I mean that to me has always felt like my home bar. But I don't know. Like I just haven't been there. You know, I haven't been there since pre-COVID.
Yeah,
So
and they
it's been that long.
yeah, they almost went under during COVID, and they considered selling after COVID, and did like, but the business came back, so they're good now.
Good. Well, I need to go out there just to be able to say, "Hey, I'm still here."
Yeah,
But
I was
the
trying to just get out there on a Joe shift, but it just didn't happen.
yeah, well, my problem right now that I've got is I have the world's worst fucking work shift. I
Yeah,
get off Mondays and Tuesdays. My weekend is Mondays and Tuesdays.
yeah, and you work till 9.
And yeah, on every other night, I work till 9. Wednesday through Sunday, I work till 9 o'clock. And then on Sunday, every other Sunday, we do this. So
Mm,
the only thing I've been able to really do right now is just play fucking poker on Mondays and Tuesdays.
yep,
But that's just because, oh, well, there's this going on 15 minutes away from my house.
yeah.
So I might as well fucking go play poker.
I feel like that would be further now. I guess Clicks isn't. Clicks is probably still 15 minutes, but I feel like the
Uh,
other one would be.
well, whenever I was living or whenever we were living over in the apartment, like
Yeah,
both of them were about 3 minutes away.
yeah.
Yeah. Not that far.
Now they're
Like,
doing road work over there.
yeah, they
So
got oh, there's all kinds of garbage going on over there
yeah.
now. But like from where I'm living now, like I'm right there in the middle between what happens in the Arlington poker scene for this specific league and what
Mm,
happens in some of the Dallas scene. So it's interesting, but I have so much committed over there. Like I'm still sitting in first place at clicks and I can't give it up. I
yeah.
refuse to give it up. So I have to win. I want the fucking bracelet. Like it's not about I just want to win. It's I want the proof. I
Yeah.
want the trophy of I took it.
It's an interesting goal to have.
Well, it's I don't really know how to explain it, but I'm this close to getting it. I'm this close, and I'm not just gonna say, "Well, I fucking don't care." And I've never really had a thing. I mean, like something as competitive, like to where it's like, "No, I'm this close to getting it. You're not gonna take it from me." Like, yeah, I've been competitive before, but nothing like this. And I don't really know how to explain it.
Yeah. No, I mean, definitely, man. If you're enjoying it, pursue it, go after it. It's
Yeah.
good to have a goal. It's good to have, especially a personal goal, like that doesn't revolve, it doesn't involve anybody else. You know, it's not like a Zaboys goal. It's not a marriage goal. It's not a, it's not a band goal. It's like, hey, it's just
Personal.
personally for you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
this is what I want to get. And so I did some research on the guy that's in second place behind me right now at this at this specific bar. It took him 4 seasons to be able to win a bracelet, and he's
yeah.
sitting in second place behind me. I'm in my first season.
Yeah.
What more reason should I have to be able to say I'm going to get it?
Yeah. You should
Season
definitely.
1. Now, I may get nothing for the next number of whatever,
Oh,
but
definitely.
I want it. I fucking want it. I want it so bad. I'm drooling.
Oh, I agree. Like I said, man, I need a personal goal. I don't have one right now, and I don't set them very often or follow through on them because I don't know why. I really don't know why I don't set goals. I honestly, anytime I try, I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. There's nothing I really want. There's nothing I really need, and so I
Have you
just, meh.
have you found anything that you like are you looking at things that are like it involves multiple people or are you looking at things that is just only you can do?
I mean, both. Like, I don't make goals for either. Like, I'll be the
You
first
don't
guy to
make,
jump on anyone's project and help them out and push to get to where they want to be,
but
i.e.,
that's a multiple.
September moon and stuff. Yeah, but it's other
That's a
people's
multiple
goals.
person goal.
Yeah, it's other people's stuff. I'm just jumping in because it's like, oh, I have some skills that can help on that. I'll help you get there.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But
Yeah,
you need to find, maybe you need to find something that is like,
just me.
this is just for me.
Yeah, and
Like,
as I was saying,
I want this.
I don't, I don't do it. Like I said, I just like streaming was gonna be that, and then I got really bored of it real quick. So I was like, oh, I don't want to like whore myself out to people on the internet and have to do stupid shit just to get like viewers and money. And it's like, this is no, I don't. That's not me. That's not who I am. Like, I enjoy entertaining people, but I don't want to entertain people as a fucking like clown hooker. Like
Yeah.
like, ha, look at me, I'm entertaining, but now whatever you just to get your money, fuck me in the ass, please. Like, yeah.
Yeah. You haven't found something to do for yourself. You're still doing something for somebody else. Okay, I don't really know how to explain this because this is the first time that I've kind of experienced this myself, but you haven't found something to do purely selfish.
Yeah.
Now, nobody should do anything that is just or everything selfish towards them, but everybody needs something that is selfish towards themselves. Like,
I 100% agree. I just, for me, whenever I do something selfish, it's usually like, hey, I'm just not going to go do anything. All I want to do is relax and kick back. And to me, that's like, and I do that quite often. Like, for me, that's like the whole work life balance thing, right? Like, people, I see people who are like, come in early to work and then leave late. And I'm like, fuck you. I'm out of here at 5 because I want to go home and just turn off for at least an hour before I start doing something else. And even then, I might not. I might just say, fuck it. Today, I'm just going to do nothing.
you don't have a recharge though. Your recharge is, I guess I've done what I'm supposed to do for the day. I'm going to go home and I guess do what everything else I'm supposed to do is.
I mean,
You don't have anything that is I want to do this for myself.
yeah. I mean, I get that. I mean,
That's where you recharge.
yeah. Like you said, I don't have just a personal goal slash like I do this selfishly because I love it type thing.
And that's what you need. I mean,
I guess
I
it's
think that's what
masturbation right now.
well, that's a terrible thing.
Yeah, it's not healthy to do that all the time. I mean, it's healthy to do that, just not all the time.
Yeah, if that is your one and only outlet, then you're not doing it right. But I am dead serious. Like, I think we have gotten to a point in life where people think that it's not okay to do something for yourself. Like, if you find the one thing that you really want to do, like it may not be healthy for me to say that I like playing poker.
No, I mean, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it.
I
So,
enjoy it. But like that is a good thing for me to do.
mm-hmm.
If I let it control my life, that's where it's not good anymore.
Exactly. It's all about the
But it is an
balance.
outlet. It is something that re-energizes me. It is
Okay.
something that I like to do because it is something that I can be selfish about.
Yeah.
And I have a goal. My goal is not to be the best poker player. My goal right now is I want that bracelet because if I win this season over 16 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still sitting in first place and we're about to enter week 11. If I can keep staying in first place, I get that bracelet. I'm the winner.
Yeah.
It's not about me being addicted to poker.
No, I got you.
It's about the fact that I this is for me.
Yeah. Addicted to
I
poker
want
is
to
people
win.
who start to go up to WinStar every week to play and they sit at the table for 48 hours and,
Yeah. Well,
lose money.
I've seen there are people that I have met that do that, like playing in this league, but that's not what I'm about. It's like I just want to beat you. I want to win. I want to spend as little money as possible, and I just want to win, and I want that bracelet at the end of the season. That way I can say, you go up there and you lost. I stay here and I won.
Yeah, I got you. I don't know
Like
what that is for me. I'll have to figure that out because I
you
don't know.
you just gotta find something that puts you in a in a dominant position, like that says, I'm gonna be better than you without being overly pretentious,
You
but
see,
I'm
that
gonna
might
be
be an
better than
issue though, because like the narcissist in me does that like all the time,
dude, you're
like
not a
throughout
narcissist.
the day. Oh, I mean, I'm not. It's not. I'm not like a debilitated narcissist, but there are parts of me like up here in my head when I'm at work where I'm like,
Well
I'm
then
better than you, and I'm smarter than you, and you're a
well then
fucking
maybe at that
retard.
point you need to let that out a little bit.
Yeah, people have told me that before, but I get in trouble when I do that. It's like I can't look over at over here at John and be like, "Look, John, opening a fucking PDF isn't hard. It's not hard to comment on a PDF, you piece of shit. Get your fucking
Well,
head out of your ass and figure it out."
but you're pointing all that out in the wrong environment. You need to find a place like
Yeah,
where it's okay to be able to do that, like where everybody's competing.
touche. So I need to start playing hockey.
If you want to play hockey, I mean, I'm just
No,
saying you need to like the way to really and this is just out of me just talking straight up out of my ass and also kind of understanding my own psyche of me not wanting to ever be a dominant person, but also trying to understand the reason
really.
why I've become dominant, like especially in poker, like and becoming competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a side of me that I've never really experienced. Like I've never cared about wanting to outwin somebody or beat somebody out. Like I've never cared about being competitive
No,
until this. So maybe something that you need is a fresh, good way of releasing that
well,
thing.
yeah, I killed my competitive streak at like the age of 20. That's
Or
that. I had a huge competitive streak, and then, like I said, it's about 20, almost 21. I was like, like some people said some stuff to me that made me realize it wasn't healthy to be as competitive as I was, and that not everything had to be a competition. So I started kind of having to reel that back, and then eventually, I think I just like cut it off. I was like, no,
well,
let's just
that
stop altogether.
well, see, I always came from a point where I never wanted to compete. So I'm hoping that maybe I shouldn't and I'm hoping that I can reel myself in, but I know for a fact, like with poker, it's like, no, the entire point of the game is
Win, yeah.
to win.
I, if I were you, I personally wouldn't reel it back in and start maybe applying it into other areas too, and
And
see like what it
and
can
that's
get you to.
well, at least in poker, what I've been told is, Will, you play too back, or not too that back is not the right term, but
You
you're
hold
not
back. You play
yeah,
mousy.
right. And
Yeah,
they're like, dude, if you played the game that you play and you're just a bit more dominant, you will win.
yeah.
And that's what I've been told time and time and time again from people who have been playing this game for years and
Mm-hmm.
years.
Say Jeff and Daniel used to say that to you all the time, that you played in the mouse position versus like the jackal. You get jackally sometimes. There's moments where you will get like when you've just kind of like said fuck it, you start
Yeah,
getting very jackal.
but that's because I don't give a flying fuck anymore because I know I'm going to lose.
Yeah. See me,
And so I
I
just don't
always just
I
play as
just
the
throw my
elephant.
chips out and like fuck it.
Yeah. I say I'm always the elephant. Like I'm always just watching people's like ticks and cues and trying to figure that out instead of actually playing the cards the way I should. And
Mhm.
if I have a good win, it's because I figured somebody out and I figured out how to play that against them, and that's it. Like that's why I barely ever win though, because I don't understand the percentages of the cards.
Well, see, that's where I've started to get a lot better, at least in this league, is I have taken myself from being the mouse slash jackal to kind of being the elephant and also understanding how other people are playing. Like, like whenever I look at somebody, I can say, "You play donkey hands."
Mm-hmm.
The odds are that if you're the only one, like if it's that specific person,
Yeah.
and everybody else is folded out, and I'm sitting in there with good cards, and they're still sitting there playing, really big money.
Yeah.
They've got bullshit
So you're starting to play
because
like the elephant.
yeah, which is something I used to never do.
Mm-hmm.
So I've taken some of the stuff that you know, the way I used to play and started to figure out, well, you're playing bullshit. I can sit here and say I can stomp on you, and I'm going to take all your money right now. Like, I don't know, it's just different, but the way I see it is like I've never felt a competitive
Yeah.
like anything competitive out of me because I don't care about being competitive. At least I didn't. But now that I'm looking at something, it's like, dude, the trophy's right fucking there. It's right there. I'm staring at it and I'm in the lead. I can get this. If I'm sitting 4 or 5 back, I don't care. I give up. I could
Yeah.
care less. I'm not going to win it.
But you
Everybody
can
else,
see the prize, so you're pushing for it right now, which is exactly what you should be doing.
right?
Yeah.
And that's not something I normally see, but it's right there.
Yeah. But like I said, how are you going to apply that to other aspects of your life too?
I don't know yet, but right now I have to win this first
Yeah. You don't
because,
have to, but you gotta try.
well, at this point I have to. I mean, no, you're right. I don't have to, but I want to.
Yeah. Like, there you
I
go.
want
That's what it is. You want to.
I want it so fucking bad. I want to be able to say that I walked into this league as a rookie and walked out with a fucking first place trophy.
Yeah. Might want to get your testosterone levels checked too.
Yeah, they're probably low.
I doubt it. Not if you're feeling competitive. It's usually a sign of having a pretty high testosterone level.
Well, then maybe they were low beforehand and now they're high.
Quite possibly.
Who
Quite
knows?
possibly.
I don't care. But I want to win it. I want it. It is mine. I am this close to getting it. This close.
Get it. Get
I'm
it.
I'm planning on it. I'm planning on it. And the guy that is in second place is the dude who has won it twice, and he's going for 3 times in a row. And I'm gonna beat him. I I want to be that guy that keeps him from doing it.
Yeah. That's that jackal side. It's the same reason like you want to be the guy that knocks
That's not the jackal
Jeff off
side.
his horse and
That's not a jackal though. Being a jackal is I just want to fuck everything up. Being the guy that comes or that shows up and says I'm going to keep you from doing what you want is like that's the rival.
yeah. But I mean, it would fall as a jackal play style in that whole metaphor that's been laid out in what's his fuck's face's book that Daniel talks about all the time.
Oh,
And Jeff
Helmuth.
talked, yeah. Like it'd be a jackal play style to be the guy that wants to come in and fuck up something for somebody because that's what the jackal does. Jackal plays in a weird, crazy way that can fuck almost everyone over because they're unpredictable. So that's kind of like that atmosphere.
Okay, I can kind of see that, but I don't think that's what I'm doing in this specific scenario because I'm not playing like a jackal. Like even against this guy, like
Yeah.
I'm just
Well,
winning.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're playing smarter, but your ambition is based on the jackal play style still. But like I said, you're playing like an elephant now. You're learning your players, what your opponents play, and you're watching them, and you're learning the stats, and you're remembering everything that's happening around you because you're like, oh, I can do this.
hmm That's a good point. That's a good way to put it because I mean I can I've got 6 more weeks. All I have to do is maintain first place for 6 more weeks, and I'm sitting 80 points in front of second place. But I have to keep it.
Yeah. Well,
And I mean, granted, 80 points depending on how often the guy shows up to play games
mhm.
or like or
That
how.
spread, yeah, that spread can get closer or wider.
Yeah, like I mean, it's close. Like he could realistically catch up to me on Monday. If I didn't show up on Monday, he could easily be 10 points behind me.
Yeah.
It would depend on,
Or
how many people show up and all that other stuff because
yeah.
there's a whole lot of different things that go into the point system.
You'd be lucky if you go on Monday and he doesn't go, so you can make that spread bigger.
Oh yeah.
But
And there's a whole other thing like if I catch the bounty chip. So the bounty chip is also you get an additional 50 points
yeah,
to it. So that's a whole other thing. But I have to be able to knock out the person that catches it. Or if I'm the lucky fucker that actually gets the bounty chip at the beginning of the game and I
you have to
keep
hold
it
on to it.
and I hold on to it, then I get an extra 100 points.
Yeah, I got
So
you.
I have plenty of ways to be able to keep the spread from, getting closer, but it also depends on him not showing up and I also have to be there. But if we're both there, it's like the past 3 weeks is we've both been there and I've been able to maintain my lead.
Yeah,
But he also he's been running this. I say running. He's been the leader of this bar for the past couple of years, and now I'm the first one that's come in and like kind of been taking it from him.
yeah.
So I've got to win it. I want to be the guy that shows up and does it. I just want to. I'm so close. I'm so fucking close.
Well, then, like I said, do it. Just fucking do it, man. Just keep
That's-
playing like you're playing, doing what you got to do. Play tight when you got to play tight, and fucking make it happen.
We'll see.
Yep, that's all we
And
can do.
I've just been talking because there's nothing else going on.
Oh, I
So-
know. So I literally have nothing else to do. It's 1 o'clock almost, but it's like tomorrow I'm off, so I'm gonna probably eat like a hot dog or two,
There you go.
and either watch Letterkenny or go to bed. So it's like fuck it. Might as well just sit here and shoot the shit still because stream's still going. 3 minutes 30 seconds in, or 3 hours 30.
I'm down.
Yep.
I mean,
Chat's talking about tattoo artists because and where we've all gotten our tattoos from and how we all seem to know Clint and
I
different
have
guys
no
that worked for Clint. Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, you just not one of those guys that wants to ever get a tattoo, huh?
I used to way back in the day, like whenever I was about 22, 23 years old, I wanted to get a tattoo and it was going to be one of those stupid ones that I would put like right back here, like right there in between the shoulder blades.
Yeah.
And then I grew up about 4 or 5 years and I realized I don't actually want a tattoo. If I
Yeah.
got one, it's not like a positive or negative on anything. It's just, okay, I got a tattoo.
Yeah.
But back then I really wanted one, but I never got one. And
What'd
then
you
now
want?
it's like, meh, I don't care. What did I want?
Yeah.
I wanted something really fucking stupid. I wanted to put okay, so you've seen a compass rose like on a map. It's got all the north, south, east, west, and all that other stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to get them put out of order.
Okay.
So I wanted to put like west on the north side, and then I wanted to put south on I wanted to put the south on the east side, and then like I just wanted them all to be in the absolute wrong position.
Yeah, you probably would have regretted that.
Yes, I would have.
Because everybody would ask you, why did they do it the wrong way? Why are these all in weird places? I think your
And
tattoo
then I would
artist
have
fucked
said
up.
that's what I wanted at the time. And then this was before I started drinking and smoking.
Yeah, no, I know. As kids, we think we have great ideas. I mean, I've got
Yeah.
3 that are very great examples of the fact that I, at one point, thought they would be the smartest fucking things ever, and now I look at them and go, okay, why did I do this again? And I still know the stories behind each of them, but it's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Kind of a dumb story.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes.
One on my back, I got because I wanted to be my best friend at the time, and that's where he had his, and mine is based entirely off his, but nowhere near as good. And another one of our friends got one. He got his first one and did the same exact thing, but he put it on his shoulder instead. And again,
Hmm.
it was like, why did we want to be him so badly? Because he was the cool guy of the group. He was the one the girls liked. He was the mysterious guy. He was aloof, and so it was like I want to be him. And so, for years of my life, I tried to be that guy instead of just being myself. I tried to be him. It's a shame, but I did. I got the second one because a friend drew it, and I thought it was really cool. And I told myself that it was like it reminded me of like my dad as a child whenever I was younger, and how he scared me and turned into like this monster when he'd get super angry. Bunch of bullshit. I just got it because I thought it was fucking cool, and a friend drew it. And then the third one, that one there, I got because I was really pissed off. I was just in a really dumb state of mind. Josh had just moved in with me, and I remember getting it and driving home and telling him, "Hey, man, I just did something stupid and got a new tattoo, and I really shouldn't have. I should have saved money for the bills this month and everything." He's like, "Nah, don't worry about it. It's cool. I get it." And that's probably to this day now my favorite one because it's the one that gets recognized the most. It's the one that people comment the most. And I mean, and technically, there's a fourth there that I added to it. That fucking little thing right there, but I think it's counted as one now.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Give me a second. I have to go pee really, really fucking bad. Like,
Cool.
I
No,
should
do what you got to do.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yep, have at it. I'm about to get a refill anyways.
Same here, but I'm down to keep talking.
Yep, I'm with you. Right back, chat. I gotta grab something to drink. Getting the cat and mouth kings over here. I remember the line of a bunch of getting tattoos. What line? I don't quite recall this. Hey, sorry, I was very quick to dismiss that 209 man. It's not that we don't like hearing people's music. It's just that the show is like over right now, so we really can't do it. We're just shooting the shit here. But if you do want to get it, like put it in front of us, go to our Facebook and shoot a message there. And Will and Chris, who are both in charge of the music stuff right now, they will get back with you about everything, like the process and everything, and they'll see if it's something that they're interested in running through. Because I am not the music guy. Chris is, he's metal and rap. Will is rock and probably more alternative. I'm more of like our country and kind of guy and stuff like that. So And even then, like I've stayed out of the music side of this time because I did it last time and it just got so hard to manage. Yes, that's exactly it. It's fuck, I don't even know what it looks like anymore because I can't see it. It was it's a compilation of letters on top of each other to be my last name, and I think I always told people it looks like a bow and arrow, kind of like a really archaic bow and arrow. Um, Rob's looks like a shield and a sword, a short sword and a shield, and Braden's looks like a really crazy magical staff, I believe. And premise is it's your name, your last name, all piled on top of each other, and then your birthday hidden in Roman numerals in there. It's all black tribal, basically. And mine, honestly, again, when I created it, I was watching a lot of Full Metal Alchemist, so it's based very heavily off the logo of Full Metal Alchemist. It's been the problem with a couple of guys. Some of the artists that used to come out of Clint's shop just fucked out on drugs and left clients high and dry. Nothing to do with Clint, just shoot people. Yeah, there were he had a weird run of people there for a while that he was apprenticing and giving shots to and letting run through his shop, and then when he passed, they just all fucked off. And now his brother's running his shop, I believe. I thought Rocky was going to be the guy to take it over. Rocky and the other guy that he worked with. And the next thing I know, Rocky disappeared too. He went to do his own thing. So yeah, I think it's his brother and like 2 or 3 other guys now. Whoa! Oh, you moved your camera. Gotcha. No, I'm pretty sure mine's supposed to always look like a bow and arrow.
Do what?
We're talking tattoos with the chat still. Talking about the one on my back, which I honestly can't remember what it looks like. So we're going to take a look at it real fast.
I'll describe it to you.
It's been there since I was 18, so Jesus Christ. Let's see.
I had to get a refill as well. So
You got to get Truly's. All right, what does this look like? Yeah, it's bow and arrow.
it kind of looks like a staff of some kind.
Yeah.
So no, turn back around, and you got to turn all the way back around because I was seeing it kind of at an angle.
Right.
But whenever I had no offense, but my dumb idea, whenever between the shoulder blades,
Yeah.
I wanted to do that, but with, again, as I told you, the compass rose,
Uh-huh.
but with all the things being in the wrong direction. And my idea was, oh well, I don't know which direction I'm taking in life, so this is why it looks this way.
Oh, I've had that idea. A different
Yeah.
idea, but okay, so chat wants to know if this looks like a sword to you.
I can see a sword. It kind of looks like something out of what is that? The key.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts, the Keyblades.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
It does kind of look like a Keyblade. I'm fairly certain when I drew it, it was supposed to be a bow and arrow. But like I said, I was watching a lot of Full Metal Alchemist, so it's heavily based off the logo from Full Metal Alchemist. Hence the little
I
crown on the
don't
top.
see bow and arrow in that at all. Like,
yeah, exactly. Modified cross is really what it came out to be. It's just a fucking weirdly like tribal cross of, I don't know, some fucking like you could write that in a goddamn Marvel movie and they'd say it's the symbol of so and so and it grants something power and people would believe it.
well, at least you didn't get one of those, legit like tribal, like things that goes around their arms, right?
Yeah, so like back when I wanted to be a tattoo artist, I always made fun of tribal, even though I was great at drawing it. It was kind of like the joke of tattooing was like, oh, tribal, ooh, okay. Now we do simplistic tribal.
Well, I just had no tattoos. I mean, maybe one day, but right now, nah, I have no reason. I have no reason to get one. I went through my phase.
Yeah, I should have done this one in a better color scheme, but
What is that? What is that? It's supposed to be a wolf, right?
Yeah, it's the werewolf, like the decapitated werewolf head. That I tried to stop the decapitated part, but it was too late. We'd already outlined it, so I had to go.
Nah.
That's when I always say reminds me of my dad, but it really should have been done in like a really good grayscale.
But those are the only 3 tats that you have?
Yeah. I've thought about getting other ones, but if I do, they'll be simple and real, like, I don't know. Like, I've been thinking about getting like a D20 tattoo, but it's like, is that really smart?
It might turn into one of those, 5 years from now that you just don't care about anymore.
I don't know.
They
I feel
all
like I've
seem like a
grown.
good idea at the time you do it. Now, I'm not saying
True.
anything against people who get tattoos. I have no problem with that. That's not my that's not my decision. Like,
Yeah.
y'all can do whatever you want. And again, I wanted one at one point in time, but at some point you're gonna look back and maybe like, well, why did I do this? Oh yeah, I remember why.
Yeah.
Whether
It's,
it's questionable
yeah.
for not as a one person judging another. It is just at some point you may decide, should I have gotten this or should I have not?
No, there's always painful laser removal.
Yeah, and which
Who
doesn't
was I?
always fucking work.
Oh, it was my soon to be brother-in-law was telling me about that. We were on vacation and he has this big rose on his chest. And I was like, "Is that new?" And and he's like, "Oh," he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I had an old one there that I had removed a few times to lighten it so that we could cover it up with this." I was like, "Oh, cool. Well, it's solid work. It's real good. It's just it won't age well because it's just black and red, so it's gonna fucking start to blue at some point. But it looks great right now."
Eh, and it probably will look good for the next 20 years. But who knows? I mean, again, I don't know. I haven't been around that long with the tattoo on my body, so I don't really know how they go. I know a girl who had something like it seemed like a on the side of her stomach, like not directly on her stomach, but it was kind
Hmm.
of over to her side. And it was like a world, like it or a globe kind of looking thing.
Yeah.
And she got pregnant, and then after she gave birth, it was all wonky.
Oh, of
I was like,
course. Yeah,
well, why'd you put that there? You
because when she got it, she felt super hot, and she thought it accented her body just greatly, and she loved that piece, and wasn't thinking about years down the road when she'd get pregnant and that it would stretch and then not reform the right way. I mean, she could get it to look good again. You just
Yeah,
got
I
to get
mean,
your
yeah,
body back to being 21 again.
I mean, then, well, I mean, and that's always possible. But I mean, I just know that at some point, it's never going to look the same again.
Yep.
So I don't know. Like, and maybe that's a part of what's kept me from getting one. Is originally I wanted one, then I realized maybe I don't want one, and then I thought about, here's why. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I'll tell you what,
I just
kitten.
know that I used to have it's kind of the same thing as I used to want to go skydiving and now I don't.
Yeah, I get that.
I just
Been
don't
there.
want to go skydiving anymore. Just like I just don't want to get a tattoo anymore. I did and now I don't.
Yeah, I got you. Um, let's see what else. What else is going on? I had the time of my life. Sorry. I used to do that on my streams, and no one ever took advantage of it. I had set up
The what?
I set up a command that people could request karaoke songs for me to sing, and so I'd go find them on YouTube and I'd sing them like over the stream, and no
Oh
one
yeah.
ever took advantage of it.
What
Like,
was your most nobody
no,
straight up wanted
no one even noticed it. Like, even when I started getting like a lot of streamers, no one ever figured out that there was a way to do that. And so every now and then I would just choose a song myself and do it, but it was always when nobody was there watching for some reason. Like, I'd be like, oh, well, nobody's here. Oh well, I'm still
What-
gonna do it.
Out of curiosity, if you could sing any karaoke song right now, what would it be?
I wouldn't right now, man. It's been so long since I've done that. Uh-oh. I think we lost the entire. Oh, we hit it. I get it. We went too long. Gotcha. Well, damn. Sorry, guys. No more face. Yeah, we still have audio, but there's no camera anymore. I think we hit a time limit on fucking Squarespace. Let me double check with Will. But you can still hear me. Well, to come back, I would have to do. Oh no. Wow, grabbed a really weird thing there. There we go, that works. Yep, there we go. So you guys can see me again now. I don't know, actually, I guess Will is. See what he says. Yep, yeah, we hit a time limit. The P wall, yep. I need to repaint this room, but I haven't. Awesome, awesome. You know, y'all are supposed to be able to see yourselves over here. Maybe. Oh, I guess not. That's weird. You're supposed to be able to see yourselves over there, but maybe it's because it's not hooked to the right thing. A different bed. I've bought a new mattress, but I've still got the same bed frame. Because, you know, bed frames don't go bad. Hold on. Okay. Yep, the one that my mom gave a shit about. The one that had places, very, very greatly strategic places to put restraints and whatnot. Yeah, that would be the one. Have a good one, Productions. We will see you next time, my man. Be safe. Should probably go ahead and close this down too, but I don't know. Yeah, probably should. It's been fun. We've been running this thing for almost 4 hours. That's the longest Zaboys stream we've had today. To date. They're still shooting off fireworks outside. That blows my mind. 112 and why would I have gotten a different one? There's, like I said, bed frames don't go bad. Headboards are fine. The only thing, you know, it's got a loose spot on in one spot, but you know, like, why would I get a different one? You can't see me now, right? Wearing them out? What? What do you mean wearing them out? Like, restraints never got used on it, so the wood's fine. You know, it's just bed frame. Clever, clever, clever. Wait, what? Especially not over much. Oh, I got you. I got you. Say, never mind. I follow. It's getting very late. Apparently, I am tired. So, I am going to call it. Let me see what these guys are talking about. Yep. Getting chastised for breaking beds. Who'd you break beds with? What? What are you? I'm not familiar with what you're talking about. Is your mom mad at you for breaking beds? She's like, dang it, quit breaking beds. Twice. Oh, you're breaking other people's beds. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty mean if someone invited you over and, you know, they were like, hey, how's it going? I really like you. Let me tie you up and have my way with you. Yeah, you know, if you broke their bed, that'd be kind of shitty. You had that really weird headboard too, though. It wasn't like weird, but you know, it was like, it was nice. It was a nice little headboard. Oh, they weren't bad. So they're chastising you in a different way. Gotcha. All right, I gotta call it. I'm getting weird. I'm over here like looking at the stream background going, wait, this is the boy stream. Why is all my social media stuff down here? And it's like, oh, duh, because you swapped over to a different outlay so that people could see you. Risk of it happening. Nice. Okay, I will catch you. Yeah, like I'm getting loopy, weird, like need some sleep. So I will catch anyone and everyone next time. Thank you, everybody who came by. We always love having you here on Zaboys. See you in 2 weeks, I guess. I don't know, maybe sooner. I might stream soon again. I don't know. I say that every time and I never do. So bye, everybody. Go check us out on Facebook. Good night.